What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Soul Food, brought to you by Sanction. My name's Chase. You got your boy Lou here hosting today. We got two special people on the couch today. So go ahead and introduce yourself, fellas.
Right. Blue of M Blue, also co-owner of Hustle City.
I'm Alex Siglaroff, owner of the Poster Company.
Yes, sir. So we got two really cool guests today, and not just because of who they are as people, but because of what they do for the store. It's gonna be a little bit more clothing themed as well as Christmas themed. Merry Christmas, everyone! Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that fun stuff. So go ahead, real quick, guys. Tell them how you're affiliated with the store, kind of a little bit about what you guys do. Just give them a little background.
I guess I'll start. So with me, I met y'all like 3 or 4 years ago. So I had one of my marketing campaigns for a jacket I was releasing. I had the video plan, and I think Jared came across it, and he reached out to me because you were opening in Stockton. So I was one of the first brands I think he spoke to about getting in the store. I came up, I met y'all. I eventually started working at the store like every other weekend because I wanted to get to know y'all more and stuff like that.
I forgot you worked up in there.
Yeah, so that all led me to where we are today, honestly.
Sure.
Stockton, California?
So, before your time, Lou,
Okay.
we were at the Chesterfield Mall.
Right.
And so the Chesterfield Mall had about 17 to 58 open vacancy spots because it was a dead mall. And so Jared, the genius he was, mean that non-sarcastically, he wanted to bring together a bunch of local clothing artists, designers, because they were doing some cool shit at the time. He wanted to bring us all under one roof. So we already had Sanction. We were already doing pretty well at that time, growing the business, growing the vibe. And he wanted to copy that by doing clothing. So he opened up the clothing store right next door, called it the Stockton, because we're always throwing assists, whether it was to the vendors to have a platform, or whether it was to customers trying to find the most local exclusive gear that they can't find anywhere else.
Gotcha.
So we opened that, and Tremaine helped us honestly start that. And I hate to say it, I think you were one of the, honestly, founders of it, because if I remember correctly, you were recruiting a lot of the vendors out there too. So
That's where
yeah, I'm sure that's how you guys probably met throughout that as well.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Alex. Yeah, tell them the story.
Tremaine got me involved. He found my brand on Instagram.
Let's go back a little bit. I don't mean to cut you off. I
Alright,
actually
go
found Poser on Etsy.
Oh shit.
That's where it all started.
And then I found
Wow.
That's a meat cute right there. That's a meat cute.
It's still running.
Yeah,
It's, that Etsy store is still bringing in
That's-
money. So
I love that.
So I like that. I like this brand, so I went and found him on Instagram, and that's how we met. I liked a bunch of his pictures. He was like, "What's up, man? You acting weird."
You
I was
found a girl on Instagram.
Yeah.
You like it to get their
Yeah,
attention.
I was like, damn, this dude, he got some dope stuff. So he messaged me and he was like, man, what's going on? You know what I mean? I'm like, I just like your stuff, bro. I just brought it off Etsy, and then that's how we connected. And then I'll let Alex take back over.
Yeah.
he got me linked into the Stockton back when Jared wore hats. Everyone knows what that means. So got into the Stockton when you guys transferred over. It was wasn't sanctioned like the first store at the City Foundry.
Right.
Whenever this location opened up.
Right.
So yeah, whenever you guys came over here, and basically, yeah, my whole brand is doing alternative St. Louis sportswear, and kind of Tremaine, like how he's doing stuff for St. Louis, like very St. Louis local based shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And
We're trying not to do that.
oh
aren't we?
yeah. See, I told you I'm gonna be bad.
But
okay.
it was a match made in heaven.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
On the flip side, you thought you had a stalker.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tend to be. I don't know. I try and have fun with anyone that's messaging me or something because it's like you're so disconnected from somebody in that aspect. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
hey, what's up? Like, are you flirting?
Yeah,
no,
buy
no,
me a
no,
drink
no,
first.
no, no. I just like your hats.
Yeah.
Man. Like, all right, cool. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And honestly, both of these guys, we as a company would not be anywhere close to where we are now without both of these guys sitting on the couch and on the podcast.
That's dope.
Alex and Tremaine are both very humble guys, so I'll just give a quick background of stuff they've done for the store. Alex actually designed that mural that we have at checkout that all of you have probably seen whenever you come in. He designed that. He drew that. He did everything with that. He's created a lot of the local brands as far as the graphic design, as far as the sketch work, everything. That is all behind the talented mind of Alex. And then Tremaine has done work night and day to recruit all you amazing vendors that we've had throughout these years. Finding the local talent, finding these hidden gems of brands that none of you might know if it wasn't for Tremaine, and keeping the community kind of united under one storefront, which is why we're here. So appreciate you guys coming on. Appreciate everything you do for us in the community. So excited to talk to you guys today. Just to quickly get into it. First off, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, guys.
Merry Christmas, baby.
Happy Holidays. I think it's shoot check time.
It's
Shoot
fitting.
fit. It's time for Chase to get angry, I think. I think it's time for Chase to get angry. So, what we do is we do a little shoot check. I always get mad at Lou, so we'll say that towards the end. We all know it's coming. Let's work our way down the line. Let's talk about what we got on feet today.
Shoe check.
So
these are my Army National Guards.
So I heard that those were off of, I think, the local homeless, if I'm correct.
Well, or he died. I don't know.
They were on the street.
My buddy worked for the street department in Bell Fountain, and so he was out in the park one day. He found a pair of shoes. He brought them home. We bleached them very thoroughly.
It's like fighting a stray cat.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
they got some bleach on them.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's like-
and they cleaned up pretty nice. I think this one got like attacked by a chihuahua.
I love
on the
it.
back heel or something.
Oh my
That's
God.
called characteristics.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
From Lou, I think our knowledge of shoes, I think that's Payless's top seller. If I remember right. I think it is in their Nike department.
Bro, I'm
Seeing them in person is cool.
I'm trying to just
How
sit
many
here.
holes are they supposed to have? 'Cause
Not that many.
No,
That's all I
I'm
know.
just sit here and imagine like what was the thought process when you brought those home,
I didn't bring them home. They were brought home to me.
and they just knew that you were just this
It was
artsy
it was
guy.
love at first sight.
I know
It was love at first
I
sight.
know he could do something with this.
Yeah.
shit.
Chase said it right whenever he mentioned it's like someone bringing home a puppy and you're just like you have to take it in. You can't put it back out on the
No,
street, you know?
You have to nurture it, bring it back to life.
Do you
have to
wear
care
this
for it.
every day?
No.
I was gonna
No,
say,
these are only for special.
yeah, okay. Special occasion, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Special
dinner,
occasion.
date night.
Yeah.
Date
The
night,
Met
right.
Gala,
Exactly.
just throw them on. Something
You can never have a good enough dirty shoe for it.
Is that the equivalent to a girls Air Force One? Just absolutely beat. But guy
Jesus.
version.
He got him beat though.
But they can beat.
No, they'd be dirtier than that.
I don't know what it is about
Shoe
women and their
strings be
dirty
black.
Air Force Ones is such a
It's-
turn on sometimes. I have a dirty little mind for a dirty little shoe.
Like, I wonder what you did in there.
I just don't know.
What
dude,
concert you just come from?
dude, honest to God, I promise you, Chase. I have some forces at home, and I recorded a video. I said, "How can I get my shoe to look like some of these white girls?" I've tried
It's impossible.
everything humanly possible. I can't get the shoe that dirty.
You just gotta give them to her. You just gotta be
Oh,
like, hey,
Jesus, what are-
take these for a week.
That took.
Ladies, what are
Get
you
'em dirtied
doing?
up.
You guys don't change tires. You're not changing oil. You're not cutting grass, chopping down trees. How do your shoe look that bad, dude? What are you doing?
I know
to get
Air
to that?
Monarchs are cleaner than most of those.
Oh my God, that's brutal, dude. But it fits your style. I like your swag. You got the
It matches the personality.
yeah,
I like
and
it.
the oversized,
Which I love.
jeans. I
If we're
love
trying-
those pants.
If we're trying to be a poser, stick with something that's poser-esque.
That's true to
Indeed.
yourself.
Indeed.
It fits you. So
Yeah,
it's your own song.
But thank you very much. These pants are very nice.
I like those pants for
Yeah.
sure. Like those pants are legit.
For sure.
That's something I probably would wear, but
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't pull it off.
These
It's
are
all right.
freaking Nike
right.
jeans. I didn't know they made those until I found them.
What? Brown jeans?
Yeah, Nike.
I didn't know Nike made that at all.
Yeah.
oh damn.
We have a
Yeah.
segment to talk about those. 'cause
Yeah.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
find out.
put my crotch in all you guys' faces and show you how cool this button
The
is.
button is?
It's so
Nike.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get there.
I'm excited to hear
Yeah.
it. I'm excited to hear
I'll build you up slowly.
it. Man, what you got on feet?
Got some 4s, man.
Okay, just something light.
I think I may have got these off of you. I think so. I think you
Ooh,
just had them. I think you had pulled them out and was about to put them on. I think somebody just sold them to you. I was like,
I'm a giver.
I was like, let me
Yeah.
get those.
Yeah, I'm a
I
giver.
just like any green. Like I wear a lot of green, a lot of different shades, and it's kind of my personality for it. Like there's so many
It's
different
equal.
shades of green on here.
No, that's a good go-to,
It was like-
especially for like the winter and fall, like right now. Like that is the perfect go-to.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
go.
do you want to skip me or we?
No, just go. Just hurry up.
Drum roll, please. Today, I have on my SB4,
Okay.
which is one of my new favorite shoes. Can't go wrong with it. And I'm rocking the Paris Saint Germain
So,
Retro PSG
so
Retro 4.
if no one saw the last episode, Lou likes to be obnoxious, we'll call it, and wear two different shoes, same model, two different shoes, and just completely miss the mark on the color. Just completely miss the mark. No matching, no system, no nothing. And he is 2 for 2 right now.
Hey, look.
I
But
said-
also, so it's a traditional 4 versus the SB4.
Correct.
So how do you feel? Does one foot hurt and does
That's a
one
great
foot feel like
question.
magic?
That is a great,
That's a great
question.
question.
I mean, it's still a 4.
The right piggies
Yeah.
must be
Yeah,
straight.
I mean,
They both
do
feel
you really
differently.
consider a PSG to be a traditional 4?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, there's no different cut. There's no different padding.
Nah,
There's no that fits exactly the same as a military blue 4.
yeah, you might be right. You got me there. I didn't think you was gonna get me there, but I'll circle back to it.
No, it's okay.
But
You try.
I had an idea for the colorway.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not Christmas,
It's
so
not- it's not
you missed the mark
Christmas.
there, obviously. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was close.
No, go
So
ahead.
I was going for the green and purple.
For
My daughter said this to me. She said, green and
now I
purple.
feel bad.
Yeah, no, not too bad though. So
Yeah,
her
but
favorite
somebody
colors
think,
was
yeah,
green and purple.
Great comment.
So she said green was for the money and purple was for royalty. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna do that. The next video, I'm gonna wear those favorite colors just for my baby. So that I did the purple and the green.
So now Chase say something mean to you.
Yeah, now I say something mean and hurt both feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's why I'm
back to chase the assholes.
So I can't go in now because you put a sob story with it, and now I'm gonna feel bad.
Yes.
So you knew that coming into it. I will say, shoes exist that have green and also purple as a pair.
They do.
So
The women's.
there's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to throw all those out. Is what I'm hearing.
Hey man, look. Sometimes you have to dare to be different.
Yeah, you're different, all right.
Aren't you? Look.
I'm different in a dapper sense.
Nah.
Different in a
First of all, where did this even come from?
Macy's, 50% off during the spring. Try again,
Oh,
Lou.
isn't he grand?
I am. Unlike your shoe combo.
This dude is crazy.
Today, just the usual Christmas shoes that I feel like, honestly, it's probably the most time or busiest time of the year for people to wear them, for
Yeah,
people to buy
Reverse
them.
Grinch.
But Reverse Grinch came out last year
Mm-hmm.
around the Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
An iconic, basically, switcheroo on the original Kobe Grinch. And so we basically got a bunch of these in this week, and I thought works perfectly with the suit. So I'm rocking these today. A little festive.
Can I nitpick?
You can nitpick. Go ahead.
Are you
Let's-
gonna
let's
wear
pick
this
one.
on Christmas?
No, I have something different that I'm going to be pulling out for Christmas.
Something loud as this?
Louder.
Louder. Okay.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh, I'm here for
That's
it.
scary.
Oh.
That's actually scary.
I bet we are.
And Instagram's go crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah. What's up? No, go ahead.
Mine's don't match.
Okay, cool.
Yours don't match.
Not true. I have the same shoes on.
No. I got you. You got the
Okay.
same shoes.
So where you wrong?
But the lime green doesn't match with your pine green.
It is the same color. Tone does not matter. Yours is completely off the wall bonkers. Okay.
Tone does matter.
Where's purple in your outfit? Check. Mate. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you.
That's some purple
You can
somewhere.
keep looking all you want. Not gonna find nothing.
Look, guys, don't kill me. I'm just being who I am, man. I'm sorry. Did y'all really think I did that bad today, bro? Last week
It's
was
better.
brutal.
It's better than last week.
Last week was brutal.
Last week was bad.
No, with the fit, I think it ain't the worst. Honestly, I'm not even gonna
Thank
lie
you.
to you. It
Thank
ain't the
you.
worst.
They're being
I'm not even trying to be nice.
Thank
I'm
you.
not
You're
even
being
trying to be
kind
nice.
because I'm being mean.
No, I appreciate
I'm
Good
not
that.
cop,
trying to
bad
be
cop
nice.
over
It ain't,
there.
it ain't the
No,
worst. It ain't the worst.
Let me see the SB.
If you just wore that, that would have been perfect.
Okay. And what? All right. It's not the green versus the maroon. It's the tinge of cream. On
That is
the,
maroon too, and I'm saying purple.
with the all white and the tinge of cream on the SB. That's throwing me off.
I would also agree more than 100% with that. Yeah,
Damn, I thought that was purple. It's maroon.
you're wrong.
Damn it. Okay.
2 for 2 being wrong. Let's move on.
Try again next week.
Indeed. Just a quick little release update because we like to every single week talk about the release.
Yes, we do have a good sneaker release.
Yeah, Blueberry 12.
Where is that thing? Blah blah blah. Did you grab it, Chase?
I don't think I grabbed it.
You went back there
Pardon
and grabbed
me?
it and
I will
never
go
walked
grab
back
it.
with it.
I will go grab it. Well, come a little bit up too.
Well, this is a first time for all the sneakerheads that's out there. We've never had the white and the blue combination on the 12. So this is exciting. This is
Bam.
very exciting, guys. Iconic shoe is a 12. We automatically know.
Especially in St. Louis.
Yeah, especially in St. Louis. We're always accustomed to getting the cherry. So I guess Nike said, you know what? We're going to switch it up this time, guys. We're going to do something for the others.
Indeed.
And we're going to give you the blueberry instead of the cherry.
Yeah.
I like the color. It's
I do too.
It's
It
perfect.
pops.
And I told people this shoe was going to be hard to get.
Yeah.
And I've heard people say they were standing outside for hours earlier.
I heard
today.
there's 3 fights at Galleria today. For
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes.
It-
We're
so
back
that-
to fighting.
it's-
I love it.
We just-
I love
So
it.
did we just say this
We
last
just
week?
said last
We
week.
just said
There's
last
no more
week that
fights.
there's
Their
been no
fights are
fight.
back.
Wow.
WWE Sneaker Wednesday. I love it. I love it. I wish I was out there videoing. It's awesome.
Dude, I
love
did
seeing
not
it.
know. I told you. I told y'all. Y'all didn't listen to me. Everybody said no. The 11s are going to sell more. I said no. Those 12s, you got to understand. As a sneaker enthusiast, we want stuff that's never came out before.
Correct.
So you tired of the retro repeats?
Yes. We were talking about last week. Keep Jordans cool. Keep them
Absolutely.
historic. Keep them just let it die. Like let the Black Cement 3 be done. That is an iconic shoe. We don't need that shoe again in 4 years. Just let it go.
Like, is it specific shoes that you feel that way about all the
I think anytime they redo a colorway of a shoe,
Mhm.
it ruins that shoe, in my opinion.
Yes.
Now, I think it's great for the community because now people who maybe weren't old enough, now maybe their shoe fell apart, whatever, now they have another opportunity of wearing it and buying it. But overall, it destroys the history and the, again, cool factor, I said last week, cool factor of that pair. Because now if you're a collector for 10 years, it doesn't matter. Because that shoe's going to come back out, and all of a sudden, you might have one of 500 left. Some really random. All of a sudden, a restock happens, and now that shoe goes for nothing. You have basically a beat pair that no one knows whether it's this year or that year.
Yeah.
And now you have to go buy another pair of the exact same shoe.
That you already have. Yeah. it
So
kinda sucks.
I find no value in it.
Yeah.
I enjoy when they come out with new colorways. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the first new colorway we've gotten in a while.
This is
I think the last one was the Pink 4s. The rest have been all re-releases.
re-release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Pink 4s went crazy too because
Yeah.
that's something that no one has seen.
Nobody.
Yeah.
And that is what adds coolness. Like, that's what creates
Yeah,
stories.
you're right, dude.
So that's why I enjoy it.
They just been saturating us with old
Old stuff.
stuff and
The only thing that they haven't been doing that on they have a little bit, has been dunks.
I think it kind of matters like which perspective you're taking it. Because remember we were talking Saturday about the 11s that just came out, and I was like, I had those when I was
When you were a
6.
kid, right.
And I was like, I got a 6-year-old son. I think it would be dope to buy him those.
Exactly.
To be like to repeat that, to kind of keep going. But I think it just depends. Like as somebody who's been in shoes for like a long time, and like you got a lot of shoes, so like I can see how you have that perspective. But like somebody on the more casual side of it, could probably
Yeah, I didn't look at it like
Yeah,
that.
and that's kind of
that's
where I was
fair.
going with it. Like, it gives the non-everyday collector the opportunity to get something that may have never been touched before. And even for me, there were certain shoes that came out 10 years ago. I mean, I was 13, so I do get excited to see certain stuff come back
Yeah,
out.
like some of it
but I
makes
still
sense, yeah.
think at the back end of it, I get less excited because I'm like, I've seen that before.
Right.
I've seen,
And don't
like,
they
this
do
has
it kind of
come
like
out.
3 to 4 times sometimes, like depending on the shoe?
Oh, I mean, I know. Oh, yeah. I mean, the
Nah,
last week we talked about that Legend Blue. That's came out 4 times.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that
too
was the
much.
4th iteration.
Yeah, that's too much.
The Black Cement 3s came out 5.
5
So,
times,
like, certain colorways
Yeah,
will
breads
continue to
and
come
came
out.
out,
Yeah,
yeah.
bread 4s, bread. And what I hate that they've been doing is they'll bring out a shoe, but they'll change your, like, one material of it, and they'll call it an entirely new shoe. Like the Bread 11, one of the most iconic Jordans, honestly, to date. The most iconic. They put satin on it. Or not satin,
Wasn't it velvet?
velvet.
Velvet.
Thank you. They put velvet on it. Like, you just ruined that shoe, in my
I
opinion.
don't
Yeah.
like the velvet.
No.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, and
But those
there's
are just
no-
women's, too,
They're
though.
just women's, but there's, no, in my opinion, Nike, there's no reason to do that.
They-
Because at that point, if you want to bring out a bread, just re-bring it out. Who cares? You're already doing it anyways for 30 different other shoes. Just bring it back.
It's just a popular colorway.
Yeah, and I love that they're being inclusive and trying to get women more active in the sneaker game. That's why they're doing women exclusive sizing on certain shoes, and I love that. But at the end of the day, I think they're gonna hate that shoe more because you're disgracing the original history and shoe itself, in my opinion.
And
I can get that.
it kind of kills the value of it too, doesn't it?
Right, 100%.
Kills the value.
100%.
Yeah, it's like my shoe's not that
Cool anymore.
Yeah,
it's-
everybody can touch it now.
Right,
For me who bought mine 9 years ago and never wore it.
right. And it's
That burns.
I can
For
still
sure,
hold the
for
value,
sure.
but I can see where you lose some.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel
Yeah.
like it's like almost like having an older car.
Yeah,
You're,
exactly.
You're talking about like a tipping point.
Yes.
Like, what is the tipping point of to where it the coolness factor drops out
Yeah.
because there
Right.
are way too many.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
this is really cool. That's probably why,
Yeah.
like Chase said, we had fights again.
Yeah.
Because people who thinking like I'm thinking like, dude, this we never had this one.
No. It's the first
Yeah,
time we're
it's
seeing
the,
that
It's the
shoe.
first time. It's always the cherry or the black and red.
Or they'll
And
make
black and
a
white.
low top, a high top now, and
Yeah,
just completely
yeah. So
get lazy.
we had the black and blue one
Yeah.
first, which was a good one.
Yeah, the Royals,
The,
yeah.
the Royals, we had the black and blue, and they finally gave us
Yeah.
the white and blue blueberry. So definitely,
Finally got East St. Louis color.
yes,
About
yes,
time.
we do.
Stop.
Yes, we did.
And
So-
all sizes will hopefully be available at Sanction. We actually sold out today. We had probably 8 or 9 pairs on release day, and we sold out. So now all we got is some preschool toddler, but we'll be getting more in soon. So come check us out to
Come
get your
check us
pair.
out.
To kind of go along with what we're talking about, we see that there are brand new shoes coming out. So let's just say, Lou, someone were to bring in a pre-owned pair of that, right?
Yep.
Let's say we find that shoe for $100, right? Or you go buy a brand new for $200. Where would you stand on that? Because I'm curious on everyone's thought, and basically I'm kind of shifting it to, do you guys shop like the thrift, as in used? You try to get a little bit cheaper. You try to go find hidden gems, maybe even something like a Ross Dress for Less, where you're finding name brand stuff at cheaper prices. Or do you just go straight to Foot Locker and buy them for retail? Or do you go straight to Sanction and buy brand new shoes versus a pre-owned one? I'm curious on your guys' thoughts on that.
I'm buying new. I'm sorry.
My first thought is to buy new, but like sometimes Chase just get some stuff that barely was worn, and I'm gonna get 'em. Yeah, I'm gonna get 'em.
What, now, because you're aficionado of clothing, what about clothing?
With clothing, I haven't really thrifted. Like I probably have one thrifted clothing item. I don't really have a problem with it. I probably have it's grown on me
Right.
over time. Like I still haven't gotten into it, but I'm not mad at it. I'm just an online shopper, man.
Yeah.
I'm shopping for convenience. The only reason I'm probably not into thrifting is probably because I can't just automatically get it online.
Right.
And that's just I'm a lazy shopper.
But honestly, I think that's
Or I'm
kind
gonna make it
of
myself.
the fun part about thrifting. I mean, it's finding that one piece. Like, what the fuck is this? This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I've never seen this before.
The one jacket I do have that's thrifted, it was like one of those situations. I was like, damn. I mean,
Like, this is
it
art.
was cheap too, so I was
Yeah.
like, I'm getting that, and I wear it a lot. So like, it's quality pieces. You can find some quality thrifted pieces, just like the shoes. Really, like it may have been worn like 1 or 2 times, and it's not really worn down, and it kind of got that vintage feel, but it still got the newness to
Right.
it to a certain degree. And if you feel like you get that idea, like you can style it, get it. You
For
know
sure.
what I mean? Because I buy like based on like the feeling of like how excited do I get to want to figure out how I'm gonna wear a piece.
Yeah,
Or
I
like
love
with
that.
the shoes as well. Like sometimes I may not have. I got shoes now that I have for years. I'm like, damn, I still haven't found a way to actually wear it. But like when I saw the shoe, I knew I wanted it, so I followed through with it.
Right.
Same thing with clothes.
Yeah.
Right.
If I don't get that feeling, I'm probably gonna
Right.
end up not getting
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You want to step in the mirror and be like, God damn. Yeah, I hear
Because
it.
clothing is like, I'm a quiet dude already,
Mhm.
so like my clothes are like loud and they kind of speak.
Speak
for
for it. Yeah, for
like,
sure.
True
That's
legend.
kinda my
True
thing.
legend. I
Right.
feel that. But I honestly, no, I'm gonna ask you too. Do you guys really thrift? You thrift?
I used to quite a bit. And I think me and Alex can agree on this, I am a big Ross Dress for Less guy. Like stores like that, even a big Plato's Closet guy, because I'm finding name brand, whether it's Lululemon, whether it's, even I found some Supreme stuff at like Plato's Closet.
Oh, really?
Like real Supreme. I
Somebody
found
took one of
some
my jackets at
gems
Plato's Closet.
at Plato's Closet. I found some gems at Ross. Like I am a discount shopper. Not as much a thrift shopper, but I am a discount shopper. So that's me.
I gotta get him. So you
Alex is big on
I
a
never
lot of
only
that stuff.
thrifted once, and it was here when we had the thrift market.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thrifting versus Goodwill.
Right.
There's two different things.
Right.
Because
Okay,
like
'cause I'm
it's-
curious.
Yeah.
it's already so like thrifting as far as like going to even like a Plato's Closet, like it's already been curated.
For sure.
Like it has been picked through its resale, like much like the store, But it's like you're asking for a higher price point.
Right.
Whenever you're just going straight to like a Goodwill, for instance, what I love the thrill of is like finding that one thing on the rack. Like you're not going in there and you're not grabbing everything off. Like you're leaving with one thing that you found that was like, this is different, this is interesting, or it's a vintage piece or something. But I'm not, and also I'm getting it for like $5. Like that's the thrill for me of doing something like that. The best thing I found recently at a Goodwill was it was a pair of soccer cleats. They're purple and pink. They're Adidas. There's some like special Tiempo that they had. I got them for $30. I went home, looked them up in 10.5, which is the size that I found. They're going for $350 online.
Love that.
Oh, wow.
Love
That is the dumbest deal I've ever.
that. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you
that-
had no idea at the time.
No,
It was
I
like,
just
these
got
are cool.
I just got them because I liked them and the material was different and I wanted to play in them.
Right.
And so I'm not reselling them. I'm playing soccer in them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I paid $30 for them, so it doesn't matter what I do with them.
Yeah.
Right.
But on the other side of that is like these pants that you like, got them at Ross. They were 110. 110. I got them for $30.
Y'all gotta take me, bro.
Yeah, so give me-
I'm not
so
hip.
Yeah, so give me hip. So y'all.
I
saying-
like those
Yeah,
fans,
we
bro.
got
Nike
You got
on
Nike
the
with
back.
on?
Look at that.
And then look at that.
Look at that button. Look at that detail. Yes, sir.
Oh wow, who's that on the button?
I think
Looks
it's,
like Abraham
I think
Lincoln.
it's the
That's what
actual. I think it's the actual statue of Venus, or not Venus, the Nike statue at the Louvre. You guys don't know about the
No.
Nike is based off of a Greek or Roman goddess Nike,
I do know
who
that.
is the goddess of victory.
I need this history lesson.
I'm
Go ahead. Tap me in. I know a lot. I don't know about this.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no, the
So
history of
there
the
is a
logo.
statue at the Louvre, the big museum in Paris,
Indeed.
which is it is I don't know exactly. I want to say it was on the front of a ship, but that doesn't make any sense. They put stone statues on the front of a ship. Like I'm like, what were these people thinking?
Yeah.
They had way too much money. Is what they're thinking. But so it's this statue. I'm pretty sure the arms are broken off, but it still has the wings, and there is a head on it. And I believe that this is a representation of the head of that statue. And I think it's at the top of like a giant staircase, like a very prominent one in the Louvre.
That's cool.
But yeah, so that's what I think
I
that
had
that
no
is.
clue.
But back to Ross.
Back to Ross.
Ross is dope.
It's very similar to the
Ross is-
Louvre in
yes.
France.
Yeah.
Very similar.
It is because every corner you turn, you find something new.
Yeah.
But no, I don't like going to name brand stores. Yes, I love going on websites of popular brands and looking at them, but I'm just like, I want everything.
Right.
And what's fun for me is going to Ross or Marshalls or TJ Maxx
Right.
like once or twice a week and just seeing what's new in there
For sure.
and scrolling through the rack, and you get really good at it. Like
Oh,
as
yeah.
you're like going through.
Almost like piano.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like getting to actually like, you feel enough T-shirts, you can just tell by the touch
You're like,
of one.
great,
being
great,
like,
great, terrible.
No,
great.
it's more the opposite. Terrible, terrible,
yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
terrible,
terrible. Yeah. It's Ross. I forgot my bad.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, so going through a system like that, and like it is like whenever you pull something out, and then you pull it out, and you don't quite know if it's your size yet.
Mhm.
So you're like, I love this thing, but it doesn't mean that you can have it.
Right.
Like, which is like, I don't know. Yeah, it's
Sort
like
of like gambling.
it's a shopping high, is
Yeah.
what
Yes,
it is.
yeah, yeah.
But yes, that's
It's
what
my
I
first time
see.
hearing it, but you might be up to something. You might be onto something now.
Yeah.
And I'm probably a little bit different than all you guys. I mean, maybe Maine we can kind of relate in this, but at least of recently, I have been 90% of my wardrobe has been local brands and like
Yep.
and people that either they're like, I have never seen that, I've never heard of that. I mean, we feature what 6-7 vendors in store, and I probably rock 90% of it,
Mhm.
just because one, we only sell it here, so that adds so much just value to it.
To it,
I think
yeah.
that's so super cool that we have
Yeah.
store exclusive items. Two, I like with Alex. I have a relationship with him. I get to see his mind work on a piece of clothing. I think that is some of the coolest relationship building you can have, and just
Mhm.
seeing his mind work and how he came up with the design, even hearing how he makes it, how he creates it. So I've been rocking tons of Poser, tons of St. Lou, all local brands. Even shopping at some other local stuff like Series 6, like they have awesome St. Louis
I love
apparel.
some of that.
Yeah, they got some dope stuff.
Love some of that.
They were a part of.
Yeah, they were part of the Stockton when they started.
Yeah, I like
and
they
they have a whole
clothes. They
storefront now.
clothes
So
dope.
it's and we see the growth, and that's why I think putting on local stuff is super important for the community, for the brand, and honestly for myself, because I feel like I am sponsoring
Yeah,
a
helping
young
grow. Mhm.
entrepreneur himself, whether
Yeah.
it's Alex or whoever it might be. I am putting on for someone.
It's really
And
cute you call me young.
Yeah, I know. I know, but I just that's where I've been. I've been shopping these racks more than anything else
Mhm.
at all, just because of the difference that I see here compared to like a Foot Locker or a Dick's. Like you can only have so many Nike tees. You can
Yeah.
only have so many Under Armour sleeves, whatever the hell it might be.
That's kind of how I am anyway. Like I'm with the shoes. You can kind of like I'm not gonna not buy some shoes because everybody got them.
Right.
But with clothes, I'm more so like that. I like being an individual in that sense. So like I don't know. Being a clothing designer, I do want to support other clothing designers,
Sure.
but I think I'm not doing it just to support them. I actually like it. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
100%.
So it's like. That's where I'm at with it too. Like I might have some pieces around it, but I'm always gonna have something, probably at least one piece that's either from here or
Right.
somebody I saw on Instagram. And the hoodie I got on was somebody we had in the store. So
Right. Mhm.
it's just always gonna come out that way. I'm not even thinking about it, but so much of my clothes are
Has to
somebody
do-
local.
yeah.
Exactly.
And I'll even take it a step further, and I may get a lot of hate on this. I would wear a St. Louis tee before I wear a Hellstar, a Supreme, a Bait, Spider. I would wear that before I wear any of that because it's so oversaturated.
There's a lot of Spider
It's
at
so
Ross.
overhyped. You said what?
There's a lot of Spider at Ross.
Yeah, is there? Oh, I'm sure.
Like if it's the same brand, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's the same.
It looks
But I
just
swear
like
to God that whenever I saw Spider be a thing, I was like, I have their underwear.
Yeah, yeah. So
You crazy.
I feel like clothing, in my mind, is more of a connection of the actual apparel itself
Mhm.
versus the item. Now, I always want to match, right? I always want to make sure the fit works.
Yeah.
But I would pick 10 times out of 10 a shirt here versus a bathing ape tee that no one's ever heard of, but for some reason it goes for $700.
I was to say you're gonna pay
Yeah,
fucking away
so-
for that.
That's just me, though.
Well, question while we on that topic, do you guys think that there'll be a possibility later on down the line that you would be interested in collabing with other
But brands like
other,
that.
other clothing brand owners? Because I know a few dope
You
ones.
mean like locally or like?
Locally.
Yeah, I feel. I mean, we always want to take in local artists because that's what we're here for, is to put them on the platform. So, Alex. I mean, honestly, that's how Alex started. That's how Tremaine started, is by creating a relationship up front and then doing something on the back end.
I do
Would
want to
you be
collab
more
with more.
for us though? Like as far as like us collabing with a local brand, like Poser times something else.
Yeah, like how Supreme would do something with
like a Cause
Stussy.
Jordan.
Yeah,
or
that type
Supreme
of
Stussy,
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know some dope guys like East St. Louis, Real People, Pure Dopeness. Some of the other cats.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we have a bunch of a bunch of clothing brands that
They charge Lou double because you don't wear it right, but that's alright.
Yeah, they definitely do. But yeah,
I see it more as like when you're going to collaborate with somebody, like I don't know. I don't want this to come off sound snobby at all,
Say it.
but it's going to.
I think what
Puff
I'm
your
gonna say is
chest.
gonna follow up with what you're gonna
But it's
say.
like, what do we have to offer each other? Whenever you're collaborating with somebody, it's like, if we're both clothing brands doing the exact same thing, like, what
What's
are
the
we
point?
benefiting by doing something together? I feel like more collaboration is like somebody outside of your space doing something with them. But I mean, that's just like, if somebody asks me to collaborate, I always ask like, what do you want to do? You know, and it's like, if there's not like a solid answer behind that, it's more so whenever I get asked, it kind of feels like you're doing something cool. I want to piggyback off of your cool thing, and it's like
In a mean way, they want to ride your coattails.
but that might not be the thing. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of how it feels,
Yeah.
and more so, I'm like, if I wanted to ask somebody to collaborate, it would be somebody that I feel like we could have a mutual
Benefit.
benefit
Yeah,
from.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's why I always say, like, what do you have any ideas and what do you want to do? And if they're in the same space as me, it's like, well, we want you to come up with the idea. I'm like,
Right.
well,
Yeah.
then,
And that's not
no,
what you're doing.
that ain't. Yeah, they trying to get you to do it.
but
That's insane.
it's just a tricky situation with somebody.
And I understand what you're saying, but some of the guys that I named, like I said, Real People, Pure Dopeness, Sirs, and Much Better. These guys have a name, and they have people like not fans, but they have customers
Yeah.
who legit buy their clothing all the
Yeah.
time. So you'll get some of their, you'll get some of their consumers versus your consumers might think some of their stuff is high. You'll get some of yours. So both of y'all come together instead of you 1B, 1A, y'all
Right.
come together.
I
Y'all,
think a lot
And
of
that's the thing
factors
is,
kind
I'm
of
always-
play into it.
you know what
too.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm always open to the conversation.
Mhm.
And it's just like as long as that person has an idea and wants to bring something to the table, I'm like,
sure.
let's figure this out.
As long as it's 50-50.
Yeah,
You don't want
truly.
it a 7-30 or 70-30
Yeah, now that's just
to where it
bonkers.
doesn't make sense.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
OC.
I think where it can kind of clash too is the creativeness or the creativity behind it. Like
Yeah.
putting two artists together is kind of hard to unless they like it's a natural. Like some collabs just make sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like with what's Reese Angel Reese and Reese's cereal. Like it just made sense. So like I feel like that's a factor. The markets that you trying to sell it to is a factor. It just all of that comes into play, and then it would make sense. But
Yeah.
like I want to collab. It just hasn't made sense.
Well, it's the same. I mean, it's not like you're seeing Vineyard Vines collab with Jordan. Like those are two completely different creative processes, demographics, different markets. Like exactly what you're saying. And I feel like, especially when you guys are local brands, if someone like Alex said, if someone is doing exactly what you're doing on shirts, hoodies, hats, and maybe they just have their own logo and no other creative process behind it.
Yeah,
Then
I
what's
think it
the
comes
point?
down to the concept.
Yeah, what's
To
the
the
point?
concept,
Yeah.
because I think it is maybe a little bit cooler when the two markets are different. Like I don't know, I was reading something about some stolen idea, but some big company it's like it's like with kale and like leafy vegetables, and like a designer reached out to them and said basically we can make a pattern.
Yeah.
You saw that?
It was
What was it?
Market.
Yeah, market.
It was either Market was the one
Chinatown Market.
Yeah, they were
But
the
they
ones.
changed it to Market.
They pitched the idea.
Yeah.
And then
It got stolen.
And then they basically took that idea and pitched it to someone else, and they ended up
When
making
going
it.
forward with
That's
it,
what we
yeah.
call it,
And-
big head.
But
Wow.
also here's the thing is I think about something like that on that level, and like maybe they already had that idea and somebody had pitched it internally and they just didn't do it, and then Market pitched it because it was like such a it was what was it, some greens company, but
Yeah, it
those
was
were-
like
they-
some greens.
it was
like
they,
some
they were
vegetable type
making a
thing.
kale camo, That was the idea.
Yeah.
And I find that a lot with, especially with stuff that I do. I made a Bones Cardinal bird.
Right.
And I looked around and I was like, no way no one has done this before.
Right.
It's like, it's such a simple idea that like, with things like that, it's like, they might have had that idea internally.
And I didn't want to bring that up
Right.
as in to make the focus on the the stealing of the idea, but more so,
We heard
I
it,
think
don't
the
worry.
collab.
Don't hide it. Accept that. Put that one on the
Yeah,
chest.
the idea about hiring someone else to collab on
Yeah,
that,
or
yeah.
just like two different. It was cool to me because it was a clothing idea pitched to a vegetable company,
Yes.
Right, like
which
two
made
completely
it was
different-
cool in that way. I think the collab can seem cooler.
Okay,
in
don't
that
steal
sense.
my idea, but I know I have one that I want to go after. It's a local company, and I would love to do a collab with them. So, Mom, tell them about this. Prairie Farms
Yeah.
is a local company. Their headquarters in just outside of Edwardsville on 55 in Illinois. I would love to do a collaboration with Prairie Farms.
That'd be
I
cool.
think that would be a really cool thing
Yeah.
to go after,
Yeah.
like a major milk company.
Yeah. It's so obscurely random. Like,
I had thought in my head, I was like, oh, just Poser Farms and
Right.
do something like that. But I was like, no, if there's anyone that I could actually reach out to, I feel like that could possibly be a good collab to
Sure.
move into. I think it would be cool.
Wouldn't they like sue you?
So that's kind of where I'm at. Is after hearing about all of this,
Uh-huh.
I feel like if no one really knows the background, Alex likes to toe the line of danger legally, I should say.
Oh, shit.
So tell us a little about your maybe goal, maybe end goal, end game.
So with the St. Louis stuff, it kind of is that already.
Okay.
You know, I'm not stealing any direct trademarks by any means.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing interpretations of things that already exist in the world.
Understood.
So that's it's all gray. Law is gray in general.
Mhm.
People, yeah. But then there is one thing that I do that is not gray.
Correct. Is
Which-
a red, if anything.
Yeah, which is these guys. So my Sumi hats. This has been a series that I've been running. I started it whenever we moved here.
No, you did it before then.
I was
Oh.
doing it. No, the first I sent it to you. We were already not in this store, but across the street.
Yeah.
So that's a hat from my first run of Sumi hats that I've done.
Screaming.
I've been walking some miles.
Yeah.
I've been running some miles.
Running some miles.
Yeah.
Bro.
Crawling miles.
The
So
side
that-
is insane.
I know, right?
So that guy's from my first run of Sumi hats that I've done. Each with this project that I've been embarking on. So Nike sign, unaltered, with Sumi above it, and every single hat that I've done is numbered, and every single one is a different colorway.
And it's,
So-
please don't.
Please don't sue me.
Yeah.
No, say please don't do it.
please don't.
Oh,
do
please
it.
don't do it. This is not an
I
actual.
just do it.
Yeah.
Please don't do it. So yeah, it's my huge running joke that's been going on for about 3 years now, and so that one is from my first run. That is number 24, and I'm up to 700 now that I've sold.
I have about
All
100.
one of one, all numbered. All come with a membership card. All come in a custom box, and they all come with stickers. Everybody loves stickers.
Is one of the coolest lines of anything I've ever seen. The
And-
amount of detail.
And no hat is the same.
Yep.
So
Wow, so you getting some legit.
everything is a one of one hat.
Oh, that's
so
legit.
the colorways, the artwork is the same on the front, but the colorway changes on every single hat.
Yep.
So how I've done it now, I've gotten it into a system to where I'll do 12 colorways of one hat, and then the Nike symbol changes color on each of those 12 hats. And then I'll switch up the color of the hat, 12 more colors of the Nike sign. So no one gets the exact same hat, all one of them.
And you just randomly give these colors. Or somebody
So
could-
so I've got it into where I will do runs of 48 whenever I release them. So I'll do 4 different colorways in one release, 12 hats of each colorway, and then I've got 12 different colors of vinyl that I use for the Nike signs.
Yeah, I got some shoes that'll go with my
So-
waffle.
And that's what I'm looking for. Everyone's got shoes that everyone.
Yeah, my
needs a hat
waffles
for their
go right with
shoes.
those.
Yeah.
So out of curiosity, because I always wanted, I might have maybe had a conversation, but I think I maybe heard it wrong. I think the first time. I want to say when you started, you wanted to actively get sued by Nike.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Like, that'd be cool.
I still kind of do.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
I mean,
just for
but
the
also,
story.
but also at the same time, I am extremely terrified of
Every
that
night,
happening.
wake up with cold sweats.
Like fingers crossed that it's just one of these, just like a little.
Sue me.
Yeah.
So this is my Sumi shirt, and it's got a CD. So it's like the bill from like what was that show called that everyone watched?
I watched it.
You watched it in
government
school.
class when I was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
10. They sang and all that.
Yeah,
other
yeah,
jazz.
yeah, all the songs.
You would know.
I know it's
You helped to
Schoolhouse
make it.
Rock.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, there it is.
So instead of a bill, you got a CD and it got crushed by Sumi. So yeah.
I have to think I'm old. Fuck you.
But like
I'm
that's
old.
ultimately
Lou was like
like
20 when he came
best
out.
case scenario, get sued. Yeah, or not get a cease and desist.
Right.
I get to just go on my merry way and not have any real consequences.
Well, that's my
for
question.
doing
Is
something.
I mean, what if they do come after you?
Well, for what? Like, can I work there as a year as a janitor and pay for the amount of money that I've made?
Right.
Like, I have not. Like, I have made. Right now, I'm selling. I think they're like $60 a hat, $700. That's less. Should be less than a janitor's salary for a year for Nike.
Right.
It's like, guys, I'll come on sweep floors for a year. Like, if that's what you want me to do. But obviously, that's not how the world always
I
works.
was about to say, usually Nike wants theirs. They'll
Yeah.
come after a lot more
Yeah,
than
we-
that
we
salary.
exactly.
talking about a Fortune 500
Yeah,
company. Like,
that's how they get their money.
But that's also hopefully what's keeping me safe. Is like I am so small,
Right.
and I am doing this as a very niche artsy kind of project, where it's not like I'm mass producing the same item over and over and over again. Every single one is a one of one.
Right.
Can if they really want a lot from me, can I just make them get a good lawyer to make them want to sue me individually for each hat? And then like, at what point is their lawyer fees? If their lawyer fees are going to be more than it's worth that they will get from me, then I'm made off of them.
Right.
So,
I guess my question is at the end of the day,
but I'm not a lawyer.
what would you say you want more? Because let's just say you get 5 of the hottest rappers right now rocking your hat. All of a sudden, business booms. Everyone wants a Sue Me hat, but now Nike's taking notice. Would you rather them take that notice, or would you rather just keep your community and keep it small and just love what you're doing to do it for everyone?
I mean, it is pros and cons. The pro of that would be I can promote other things.
correct.
It is that kind of exposure is instant following.
Yeah.
It's the
Whether
doorway.
they are
Yeah.
whether
Yeah.
they are paying attention or not, like people took notice, and you get a platform to promote whatever you want to
Absolutely.
do.
I agree.
And yeah, it's not worth the money that I'm going to make off Sumi hats.
Right.
So it's nix that project. What can I do akin to this that will gain people's interest?
for sure.
And at that point, it does become just like a race. It might not. I mean, how long do I have before people really lose interest? Like 6 minutes?
Yeah.
You know, probably. Yeah.
6
yeah.
minutes.
Gotta have an elevator pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Exactly. And that's what it comes down to, is trying to, how do I flip this into something else? But also, with the Sumi hats, I'm at 700 right now. I feel like if I can get to 1,000, that's a good place for me to
Retire.
just cap it off
Yeah.
as its own thing anyway.
Right.
I can make the coffee table book and
Yeah.
put that out
That'd be
there
dope.
and
That'd be dope.
see what happens.
For sure.
If I have 1,000 people, well, Chase has like 40 of them, so Chase needs to buy 40
Oh,
books.
really?
So many.
But it,
So many.
I got a lot of them too.
I still, I have promised him to this day that I would take a video of them all. I still have not for some reason.
yeah,
I swear,
yeah,
Alex.
he's
I
slacking.
don't mean this to get on my knees, but I think I have probably 60 to 70 of his hats.
Wow.
He got a few.
You got a lot of shoes.
I actually want one. I'm like, damn, can I fit this damn hat?
Yeah.
I want
They're
one.
adjustable. For your big ass head.
Yeah, my head big as hell, and then it's her.
So for people like you with the extra hair on the back,
Uh-huh.
With a big ass head, you can say it.
with the St. Louis hats, I've started doing big fits as well.
Uh-huh.
Because I've had a bunch of people with just big ass fucking heads that are
Yeah,
on
my
like
like
head
blue
huge,
snaps
bro.
in
My head
general.
huge.
That
Blue
just
watermelon
can't-
size.
But yeah, I've started doing in some of my more popular styles. I've started doing big fits, so they give you like an extra. I don't know if it's like 3/4 or a 1/2 inch or something in the hat, but it
Yeah,
makes
I'ma need it, bro,
it makes a
'cause
difference.
my
Yeah,
hair-
Lou needs a bigger fit.
Yes.
So
A
if you got
bigger-
something,
Cause I wear like
bigger
an 8.
fit.
I think I wear like an 8 or 7 3/4
Yeah, I think these are like
with
seven.
the hair.
Yeah, I think they go up to like a 7 3/4
Yes.
or whatever. But it is adjustable, so it will get bigger than that.
You just got
I'm
to
seeing
sit on
that.
top of your head like this and just rock
Yeah,
it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
T.I.
Yeah.
You just like Bobby pinning it
Right.
to your head.
Yeah.
It's just sitting on top.
But we like just to piggyback off that. Nike has sued other people before, right?
They just recently got done with a lawsuit with Omni and Hellcat on the Air Kais. Yeah. And they won that.
Air
They
Kais
won that
won?
high.
Eric still
Yeah.
got his own app, still pushing him out though. So I don't know how.
Damn,
it
I
works.
I think they.
yeah,
I think
but
he-
how much money
so,
do they make?
No, it's
More
not.
than me.
Right. So what I believe, and I don't know this for a fact, but I think the reason that they got sued was because they copied the model, the Jordan model, like the
The
one
Jordan
low
one.
and the one high. I think he can make his own shoe as long as it's not based off of like a Nike product already. But I don't know if he's. I have no idea if he's still dropping that Jordan 1. Then they need to tap in on that and make sure.
I
But
think so. He got his own app. I mean, I know he made some different shoes recently, but
So
feel
Cool
like
Kai
he's still-
and
Warren
Nick.
Lotus. Remember that was a whole ordeal with the dunks when they did the Jason dunks and the Freddy Krueger dunks and all
Right,
that. Yeah,
right.
that was big.
right.
Yeah.
So that's what I guess I'm trying. So Cool Kai and Hellcat got 2 different shoes, all right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to make sure because a lot of people get their stuff confused because of the Thunderbolt
Yep.
sign. I'm
didn't they
like,
have some type of connection where they was beefing or something?
Well, their shoes are exactly the same. One just has a signature, one doesn't. So they were basically together at one point and then
Yeah.
branched off. I don't know the exact background behind
Yeah, it
the
was
beef,
something- it
but
was something,
they
yeah,
branched off and
yeah.
just did the same shoes.
Yeah.
and Cool writes his
Yeah,
signature
his- yeah,
on his
yeah.
Cool Kai.
Yeah, I mean, getting sued is just like it's this weird thing to where like either one person quits or you guys. Very rarely does it get seen through all the way to the finish
Right.
to where the court actually has to make a decision.
Right. It's a battle of attrition at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
100%.
it comes down like
Well,
it's money.
I don't
Like,
know if
that's
you
what it
saw,
comes down
but
to.
the biggest lawsuit was with Bape when they were doing the Bapestas. That's
Right,
the
what
one that
happened
made
with
the
Yeah, but
the
how?
national
What was
news.
that like? 20 years? They've
Well,
been
yeah,
putting
they've been
that
doing
shoe
it
out?
for
Yeah.
since like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And but what's funny is they let them get away with it for that long.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden attack them 15 years later, 10 years later?
Somebody retired.
Someone
somebody was trying to make a
did
name for
something.
Dude,
Yeah.
Bape been out for so
Right.
long.
And it's
dude.
not
Yeah.
like the Bapesta was a new model that they just dropped in 2020. Like
No.
that has been their signature model for years.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it to talk about it, but I know that it didn't make sense. Because why go after him now?
I'm curious how much did they sue them for now?
I wish I knew. I wish I had the numbers.
Because Bape
Yeah,
probably
I don't know.
didn't. Bape done made it.
Well, Bape just like I'm pretty sure what happened was they just settled though, and they were just like, we will discontinue these models,
That's-
and didn't owe any money
Yep.
in the process. They were just like, we will come up with something new.
Damn, so it's like getting a Bape shoe. You better keep that.
Yeah.
So they settled on a trademark infringement lawsuit over Bape's alleged copying of the Nike iconic sneaker Air Force One.
Uh-huh.
As a part of the settlement, Bape agreed to discontinue the sale of some of its sneakers, including the Bapesta Mid, the Courtsta, and Courtsta High. So I don't see the Bapesta Low, which was the main iconic
that was the
one.
most one, yeah.
And then they also had to redesign. They had to redesign the Bapesta and the Skatesta. So I guess they had to redesign the Bapestas to make it look not Air Force One.
Okay.
But I didn't see anything about money. I didn't see anything. I think they just had to can it.
Oh shit, they done already made.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's
They
the
they
thing.
didn't
And I
whoop them
wonder,
for
like,
years.
Who's in that design process of like, we have to redesign it. So who's approving the redesign?
Yeah,
Saying that
yeah,
it's
true.
okay. Like some lawyer at Nike or like some designer. Like I don't know. Maybe just hike that up just a little
Yeah,
bit more.
All of a
Like,
sudden you see this with a Bape star going. Right, like, we just went through this.
That's
Yeah.
funny, bro.
Well, I mean, funny enough, with all these collabs, all these shoes are almost getting very unrecognizable to the average sneakerhead, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, to us, I mean, there are shoes coming out every single day that maybe we don't know the name of, maybe that we're not familiar with. So I think a very fun game to play with Alex, and Alex does not have a lot of sneaker history. He loves the culture, he loves everything about it. And
Army
it works
National
well.
Guards, baby.
Yeah, indeed, as you see the heat on feet.
Oh,
So-
Jesus Christ.
Lou, I think a fun game would be to have Alex
Okay.
guess some of these sneakers.
Oh, let's do it then.
And we know how wacky, waveable, arm flailing two-man these sneakers can be, name-wise.
You think you're ready for this?
No. But I'll.
So I think we should give him a few and see what he comes up with.
All right, okay,
So,
cool. Let's
Lou,
do it. Drum up.
Oh, you
I
gotta.
think this is a good way to start.
you
So
gotta-
I think
Let's start.
you gotta hand him this.
Do, 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 do.
So we all know the name, and we want to see how close you can get.
What's the name of that shoe?
These are the Cheesy Farm 7s.
You're kind of close with the farm. All right. So think of delicious treats.
And expect the whole shoe too.
Indeed.
'Cause-
Oh, you mean like Reed?
yeah,
I'm dyslexic.
Just a
but
tad
I'm
bit.
just
terrible
read the
at
whole
it.
shoe.
Just a tad
Yeah,
bit.
they'll tell you a lot about.
So,
Because we were talking about funny collabs back then.
well, it's a Ben and Jerry's,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and it's called the Chunky Donkey.
There you go.
go,
There
buddy.
it is.
Yeah, Chunky
I didn't even know it was on the top.
Yeah, that's why I said read the shoe.
I knew that Ben and Jerry was on there.
Ben and
I
Jerry.
didn't know it was on there.
This is
I like
the
what he
iconic.
came up with.
Yeah.
What was it? The Chunky Farms? Or the
Cheesy Farms.
Cheesy
Cheesy
Farms?
Farms.
I kind of like
Cheesy
that
Farms.
more. Y'all got
Cheesy.
them Cheesy Farms in?
Yeah, this is.
I like that.
You feel the
Cheddar Farms. That's better.
the material on
God
this
damn it.
shoe is just so epic, dude.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's funny enough. What we're talking about, those two completely random brands with Ben and Jerry's and
Yeah.
Nike. Like who would have
That
ever
they
thought?
made an epic shoe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
I don't know
probably
if
the
you
coolest
guys have seen it, but they put like an ice cream tub box, and they made it like a special box
Yep.
that looks like a Ben and Jerry's ice cream
Yeah,
tub
yeah,
tin.
yeah.
Yeah. So I
Like
thought
the
that was
plain
cool.
ice
That shoe's very iconic.
Very.
It's definitely a holy grail.
Oh, we got these guys.
Do, do, do.
Go ahead. Now, I will tell you firsthand, I am not a fan of these shoes for quite a few reasons, but I'll let you kind of figure out why.
These are called Swiss potatoes.
What brand do you think that is?
I'm aware of what Adidas does.
Okay,
With
all right.
with Kanye West.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I absolutely hated these things whenever they came out.
Yes.
But the fact that also I hated Crocs back then too, and
Right.
yet people
Love
it's not. I've realized that the world does not revolve around me.
Right.
It is not up to me as to what is popular, which is very hard to deal with whenever you own your own brand.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because all
Yeah.
you're thinking
So-
about is what you like.
Those are called the Yeezy Foam Runner, is what they call it.
Home runner.
There
That's
are
what
many
it was.
nickname iterations. They look like a dolphin. They look like a football. They are bougie Crocs.
Look like
They're
three-
a
like
shoe
they're
of many
3D
names.
Yes.
Jail slippers, however you want to call them. But they are basically Kanye's take on Crocs.
Yep.
And I hate to say it, they are now, I think, iconic.
Yeah, it's
I
a very
hate to
popular.
say it.
It's
I
a
think they're
popular shoe.
iconic.
Women love the foam runners. Bro.
Yes. And I just can't get behind them.
But also, Foam Runner is a very good name.
yeah,
Like,
you're
it's
running on foam.
Yeah.
Foam Runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Even though they are not meant for running whatsoever.
yes,
But
exactly.
I definitely don't think they're meant for running. Yeah.
Give me a tough
Is it
one.
ready for the
There you
next
go. So I'll be honest. I would say your average, just getting into it, sneakerhead probably won't even know the name of that shoe.
Oh, buddy, these are. Ah, I'm trying to. These are Flamin' Hot Tito's. Sevens.
So we're sticking with the 7, I see. So a lot of 7 iterations.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, that's all Nike just makes sevens.
Funny enough, you're not far off. It's an 8.
Look, seven.
7? Yeah, it's true. So whose brand Well, you know it's Nike, but so you see that little label on the tongue.
So we're basketball.
We're basketball. Do you know
Alright.
what player's logo that is?
Oh, shoot! I was actually. I'm working on designing hoodies today, and I was looking at a hoodie.
That had that logo.
Had this logo on it,
Mhm.
but I didn't read.
Yes.
I was just looking.
The
at
fault of
pictures.
many men.
Yes,
Indeed.
exactly.
I'll give you a hint.
That
One of-
that looks like a K.
Yes.
So that would be Golden State.
Go ahead. No, I want to finish this.
Person.
Go ahead.
No, that's all I got.
Golden
Wait,
I love you for this guess.
wait. This is horrible.
this,
I regret
this is what I
playing this
wanted.
game.
This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
This is Kyrie Irving's shoe.
No, sir.
Cool.
It's all right. That is
Cool.
Kobe Bryant's shoe.
Oh,
So
the other K.
indeed.
Oh,
So
yeah.
RIP, one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
That is the Kobe Bryant 8
The Mamba logo.
All-Star. So that came out on All-Star Weekend. I want to say, what year was the 8? 2014?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yes, 2014. All-Star. So they basically.
Well, I was only like 26 then.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to remember what was going
Well,
on?
I was 11, so ageism, please. But they basically wanted the All-Star Weekend to be alien themed.
Okay.
So they did a Area 72 pack,
Ah.
kind of like Area 64. So they did the Kobe, they did a LeBron,
Yeah.
and they did a KD.
KD.
The whole pack they do usually every All-Star Weekend. They haven't done it recently, but that was the Kobe from that pack. Still iconic to this day, just because of that was the one time it released.
Yep.
Please don't re-bring it back out. Like
Don't
Kobe,
do it,
Vanessa.
Nike.
Please don't. But very iconic Kobe.
Yes.
All right, you got two more.
Two more. Okay.
We're getting that guy. That's one of Lou's favorites.
Oh man.
This Navy. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's my favorite.
Never saw that before.
Would you call that rose gold?
That is rose gold.
Yeah, I would say yes.
That's definitely rose gold.
Ooh, they got freaking leather laces too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very
So-
premium shoe.
Super.
It's a 7.
Has to be.
It's a
If we're
4.
Fitting. Oh, okay, I love that.
All
I
right.
love that.
All
All right.
Talk to him, big
I was
Al.
about to
It's
say.
a 4.
Puff that
It's a
chest.
size
There
9.5.
you go. We're working the details.
Ooh, I wish I could get in here because there looks like there's a rose gold Pokemon card inside of there.
They put a lot of detail
They did.
into that
They
shoe.
really did. That they don't do anymore,
No,
obviously.
no, they'll never do that again.
But the
All right,
retail of that shoe justifies the quality of it.
yes. Take a guess what you think that shoe retailed for.
Yes.
When did it come out?
2019. 2019.
And what it. Okay, so what Nike sold it for retail?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just take a wild guess.
Was Nike doing real leather?
Yeah, that's
I
all
think that's
premium
some real-
quality
yeah, that's-
material.
that's
Yep,
like-
quilted
okay.
leather, actual rose gold.
How many?
Retail. What is Nike selling a real leather shoe for? What boots? Normal boots go for like fucking 500 even. So them doing a special shoe, I'd say 800.
I love the thought process.
Yeah.
Divide that in half.
400?
Indeed.
400.
I would've
Really?
said 300.
Yep.
I was like,
Yeah.
fuck.
I
Yeah,
think if they were to do
But you're-
800, as much as it's probably worth it, they know they wouldn't sell them.
Gotcha.
So they have to kind of meet in that middle line of
Yeah.
where to be at.
But if they were selling, so 400 is what they sold them for.
Indeed.
Retail, yeah.
What do you think they paid to get them made?
Probably.
They probably play a little bit more than what
No,
they
I'd
normally
say
would.
$11.67, 2 ham sandwiches, and 3 handshakes
Oh, yeah.
per shoe.
It's pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Minus
It-
the ham sandwiches because they're not
It took
Turkey-
more to make that than it would
turkey
take to make this.
bologna.
Bologna. It was probably bologna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Bologna.
Yeah.
He said Bologna.
Am I allowed to say I have no idea?
Yeah, you can for sure.
Yeah, I have no idea what this shoe is called.
So that is the Jordan 4 Obsidian Premium. So in 2019, they did a premium line where they actually added real, legit material.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lou backed me up on this, but I think they did about 4 or 5 that year.
Yeah.
They did a snakeskin.
They did snakeskin for
They
sure.
did that
Snakeskin
one.
gray. The
They
blue.
did the wheat.
The
which
wheat.
was- yeah, they did the wheat.
Yeah,
And
tan, the wheat
then,
color.
That's
I
I
thought
think
they
they
had
did
a-
another one like
Looks
that.
to me.
I thought
But
they
a
had
different color.
white. If I'm not mistaken, I know the snakeskin
Lot
for
of
sure.
texture.
The horsehair. They did one all black horsehair or pony hair.
No, Nike got a really freaky.
Yeah, they got exotic,
They got
which we
really
appreciate.
fun.
But all the retail was
I,
$400.
I thought it was a white one. I could be off. I don't know where my mind is at.
But
it was about
basically-
4 to 5. I
Yeah,
think.
they dropped a super cool line
But here's
of premium sneakers that
Yep.
year.
And I always think about this too is like whenever you're inside designing for somebody in an organization, it all just comes down to like you have to convince the right person that this is a good idea.
Right,
And then it gets put out there.
for sure.
Like,
It takes
so,
one yes.
so whenever like something cool happens, it's like there's always like a drought, you know?
Right.
Like and I don't know if it was just that person had that one good idea, which is how I feel about creativity usually happens. Like I have one great idea, and then if you ever try and redo that thing, it just never comes.
You can tell that Nike put a lot of thought into these shoes when they made
For
it.
sure.
This shoe is actually heavy.
Yes.
If you really think about
And
it.
the box is all detailed
Yeah.
out as well. They put even they put that lace that hang tag in there.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, I miss quality shoes like this. I do. I miss the premium material. And I know that 400 retail is crazy. Sometimes it's worth it. Like get into
That's
your
worth
design
it.
bag.
That's worth it.
One a year?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's
Get
worth
into
it.
your design bag because you
Yeah.
know there are some crazy creative minds at Nike. They're like, here's this Louis Vuitton-esque shoe, premium material, Stingray, all of this. Let's put it on a shoe. Like, no, it's too expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure it costs them a little bit more. They won't
No.
duplicate that.
If not, they would do it on every shoe.
Yes, so they
But they
won't
can't.
duplicate that again.
Yeah, but even just to stay at the top of the culture, like set a team aside and do these special drops that are open to the public.
Right.
Like no one's gonna get a shoe,
Right.
but you can do it to stay at that upper echelon.
But they have PEs for
yeah,
certain-
100%.
But
yeah.
I do kind of like where you're going with it. Have Nike have its own special off the typical brand team that is meant because you know how Nike has its own like lab. They have Nike ID. Like they
Yeah.
have these own smaller businesses within their gigantic monopoly. Create a team to make Nike designer sneakers. I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
I think that'd be super cool. Nike designer boots, Nike designer stuff, because they have the power, they have the name, they have the money,
They have
can
the
do
resource,
it.
they definitely
so
can do it.
why not? And I think at the end of the day,
Which
it does
they
come down to
do
money.
Smaller things where they branch out to other, to smaller
Celebrity
collaborators,
collabs. Right.
and this is where collaborations come
Yeah.
into play,
Right.
and doing the custom stuff with
Right.
like the surgeon and stuff like that.
For sure.
But then they get into weird spaces where they're like, "We're going to collaborate with you, but then we're going to sue you."
Yeah.
like I
Right.
don't understand.
Now, I will say Nike, at least now, has been absolutely awesome at collaborations. They used to not really do it a lot, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, but now they're collabing with retail stores that like they just have a Nike contract
Yeah.
with, like I'm on Manier down in
Yeah.
Atlanta.
I'm
They
Manier.
do, Union,
Union.
Cause, all these awesome
Supreme.
streetwear. Yeah, Supreme. They have recently been doing so many collabs
Yeah.
that it's cool to see these names that you've never heard of. I mean, Nina Chanel, designers,
Nina Chanel,
Nicole House,
I like
SB Dunk just came out.
The bike.
Speaking
So,
of
yeah.
the fact that you have a Supreme and Gore-Tex, I just want to give a shout out to Gore-Tex because Gore-Tex is
Yep.
probably the coolest company that has ever existed
Yep.
in
And
the world because they break down their once they get to 250 people in a department,
Mhm.
they break that down and separate it and put it into a new branch.
yeah,
So like whenever they're getting into like fashion pieces,
Mhm.
that is this own existing thing. And whenever that gets too big, they break it off so they don't get too congested.
that's super cool.
Like it's super cool.
Did you know that Gore-Tex also collabed with Nike and Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like I
The-
think
the
8 or
Gore-Tex
9
bibs.
pairs. Yeah, so
Speaking of, I have a pair of Gore-Tex snow bibs for snowboarding at home right now.
Mm-hmm.
Retailed at $550,
Ross dress for less. Hit me with it.
$25.
Oh God, I love that for you. I love that. I got real excited about that one.
Speaking of collab, This is your last shoe you have to
Oh
guess.
my
Yep.
god.
And this is also a Nike Jordan collaboration too
Indeed.
as well.
Indeed. Now, some may call that a PE, if you know what that means, but it's technically not PE, and we'll explain why.
What's PE?
Well, if I say that, I might give a little bit of a hint away.
Well, it's got a Japanese symbol on it,
Mm-hmm.
possible Chinese symbol. I am not, even though I make shirts
In
for
that
my own
language.
brand, I just use Google Translate.
Yeah.
You were correct with it being Japanese.
Yes, it is Japanese.
Japanese.
Yep.
Okay, we're on to something here.
Take the whole shoe in, smell it, sniff it,
wow.
scratch it, wear it,
We even got a nice little.
play some shoots and ladders on it.
You really know about you talking about I'm old. What do you know about shoots and ladders? Jesus Christ. That in Candyland was legit.
Oh, Candyland.
Yeah.
This is the.
You got this.
Took the bottom.
I see the gears turning.
Ah. Yeah, we're getting there.
It's a 7. We all know that.
It's a 7.
It's a 7.
It's definitely a
It's
7.
100% a 7.
It,
We only grab 7 models.
this is the Dragon Ball 7.
I don't mind that answer. Lou, what do you think? That's not a bad answer.
Not too bad. It ain't too brutal.
Could have done better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
There's room to grow.
First of all, it's not a 7. It's an 8.
It's not. It's an 8. So you're one off again.
It's an 8.
And before he gives you the answer, PE is player exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So Jordan
Oh, okay.
likes to do player exclusive shoes for schools that they're sponsored by. So
That's dope.
Oregon, Georgetown,
So this is a school. this is not a
Howard.
school.
No, that was not. That's
No,
why I said it's
it's not
not
a PE.
technically a PE. So all these colleges get their own shoes,
Japanese.
and
So
sometimes
is there a Japanese school that got?
so
Get to it. Tell
yep,
me.
getting there.
Yeah.
Give me. some
Sorry.
time.
Sorry.
So PEs can also mean player exclusive, so that player gets their own shoe.
Okay.
So that is a player shoe. And Lou, I'll let you take off and
So I initially thought
and
you
rant.
were-
This shoe is actually made for the Los Angeles Lakers forward Rui Hashimura.
Okay.
Yes.
Rui is
Yep.
he's black and Japanese,
Yep.
and that's why it has a lot of his Japanese heritage attached to the shoe.
Do we
Correct.
So-
know what the symbol means on the front?
I don't.
If you didn't know, I
have
don't
an-
speak Japanese.
But
So
the actual name for the shoe is black. It's called Black Ninja or Black.
No, go with that. That's a dope name.
Yeah,
That's the perfect
no,
version.
it's
I got you. Don't even trip. Black Samurai.
Black Samurai. That's what it was. I knew I was close.
You're right. That's better.
That should have been named
Yeah,
Yasuke.
it's the Black Samurai.
Yep.
I said Black Ninja, but whatever. Ninja Samurai.
So yeah, it's just a dope, super dope shoe. And what I enjoy is when these maybe not as popular, like it's not a LeBron James, it's not a Kobe Bryant, it's not a Luka Doncic, it's not a Jason Tatum. It's just one of these more
he's not like
obscure,
a
I should
super
say,
known player.
players getting their own Jordan model. You just don't see that
But
very
like-
often.
And that's
But
what makes
like
it
cool,
so kind of
right?
Yeah,
cool, though.
for sure, for
But isn't
sure.
he's like a cool player.
Yeah,
He
he's,
is.
he's super fun to watch.
But
He's
you
on
have
the
to
rides.
you would have to watch basketball a lot or be a Laker fan to know who he is.
Right,
Yes.
right. Which I love. I love that they give people like that their own Jordan.
Yeah.
But he is in
Yeah.
the right market to probably for this to happen for him.
For sure.
Yeah, he's a good player for sure.
Yeah.
He's a good
Yeah.
one.
He's definitely he's a great role player. And,
Right.
You know, he knows his role. But it's just like you said, for it not to be like a LeBron or Ray Allen or
Right.
one of the
Bigger names,
the bigger
for sure.
iconic names, who has a shoe, and they gave it to Rui. I was like, okay, that's kind of lit.
Right.
What's the,
I think it's more of his name
it-
that people kind of
Yeah.
resonate with because
Right.
his name is so weird. If you don't know how to
Hashimura.
pronounce it,
But also, yeah, like I mean, it gives them an opportunity to, like, all right, we're saying that he's not the best player, but I bet if you go to Japan, he's the
he's
Oh,
legit.
And
Yes.
that is,
He
Yes.
towers over everyone.
Yes,
but
legit.
that is what it comes down to is like getting into other markets and getting into other
That's
areas
probably
Right.
tough
and
for
getting
some-
that fan base. And it gives designers an opportunity to branch out from what is normally acceptable to do for certain players.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think
Which
Kobe
I
was
think is
like
awesome.
super popular with like China, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, he
he
went
was.
over there quite a bit, and honestly, I love that
Was that
That's
the Last Dance whenever Jordan went over and China was just insane?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
I-
They like basketball.
They love basketball. And I think that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Just being able to share that, like, because I mean, as far apart as we are, there's one thing that unites us all.
Right.
We all love some hooping.
Exactly.
So who do
So,
you think's more popular in China? Yao Ming or Jackie Chan?
Jackie Chan.
You think? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Jackie Chan. Only because he is in history. He has been relevant for longer in history.
Yeah.
You got one there. I can't
So
even.
Yao Ming's lifespan is shorter than Jackie Chan's has been.
Like his famous like.
I
Jackie Chan
would-
is definitely more iconic. You
Yeah.
right. I can't even
I was
be
gonna pick
blasted.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
too.
I can't even be black, but don't get Yao Ming is a big
Oh,
deal.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yao is definitely a big deal. But when you say Jackie Chan, when you got to sit back and think about it,
Like
Yeah.
like he's
he
been
has to-
making movies.
he has to be like a god in his country.
Right.
Yes.
Like, for-
Right.
He's
like,
probably been making movies longer than Yao Ming has been alive. Dude.
Right. That's kind of where I was going
Yeah.
with that lifespan thing.
Yeah,
It's
you,
like-
you might be right because I think the Drunken Master when
Yeah.
I do watch
Yeah.
old kung fu movies. Don't judge me.
Well, I mean,
I
I
haven't
don't
watched
watch
it in a long
similar.
time.
Oh, yeah, okay,
The,
so-
the one where he like burns his hands or something.
It's Drunken Master.
Drunken Master.
That movie is so old, dude.
Yeah, Lou
Yeah.
watched that when he was like 25. Just came out, black and white.
Dude is brutal. I didn't. I'm not
These
even that
kids.
old.
I swear.
Hey,
These kids.
He grew up watching Samurai Pizza Cast. That's
Yeah.
I
You
don't
got-
even know what that is.
He
Damn,
doesn't-
still
he-
too old.
Still,
He
yeah.
doesn't know what Dragon Ball Z is. He was a
I know
You
what
don't?
that
You
is.
were a
No, I know what
Naruto
that is.
kid.
No. Now, I was a Cartoon Network kid, but I dabbled in the old anime back in the day.
So you don't know about Goku and Frieza?
I just say I do. I mean, I wasn't like an avid glued to the screen, but I know about them.
Yeah, I was from the legit. His sneaker credibility was out the window if he didn't know what
I know
Dragon Ball.
enough.
Okay,
I know
okay.
enough.
I'm
I know enough to where I got the, you know, that Dragon Ball pack, the Adidas.
The
thing?
Adidas pack, you got that?
I got
Okay, it's legit. I didn't see it. I don't wear it. You
Now,
know,
I can't quote it, I can't name an episode, but I've watched probably like 30, 40 hours of it, I'd say. Some of it in the background, some of it not.
Okay, get back.
I mean, about
You're
6
casual.
hours of it is just.
Yeah, just screaming, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a little
yeah,
intense
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
It's always gonna be
I'm a
filler in
fan.
there.
But that's all.
They got a lot of
It's-
filler.
It's not a dialogue heavy show. where
Correct.
You gotta be
Yeah, yeah. I'm not missing heavy
It's almost
exposition.
Nah, you ain't missing that at all. It's a lot of filler in that joint.
Yeah.
So I'm with you when you're right. But
So, Lou, sorry to interrupt.
no, you're good, bro.
My question is, because we're talking about all these sneakers, because we're talking about how iconic some of these shoes are, there's, I feel like, one certain side of the culture of sneakers that has just never changed. Which usually when you think of shoes, there's fads, there's changes, there's a rise in the Jordan 4, a fall in a Jordan 1.
Yeah.
But when it comes to just the love of sneakers and always buying that shoe, I think the skateboarding community and Nike SB have always been one and one. And I say this because I know Alex is very avid in skateboarding himself.
Okay.
And he can probably help me back this up. I feel like Nike skateboarders have always messed with SBs.
Absolutely.
Always. And I think, and Nike or Alex knows a little bit more of the history, I'm sure, behind the SB.
Mhm.
But I feel like it kind of resurgenced recently to just not even skateboarding people. Like I feel like back then SBs were only for skateboarding.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everybody
Everybody got
wants
SB.
them. Everyone wants them. So Alex, kind of tell me because you'd be teaching me a little bit about kind of the history back in the day of it.
I mean, real quick, talking about how like SBs are for everyone versus, I mean, I feel like Vans definitely started that
For sure.
transition, and then
Mhm.
everybody was wearing Vans. You couldn't wear Vans unless you were a skateboarder, and then everybody started wearing them, got them played out. But then whenever we get, I think it was in 7th or 8th grade when Nike put out their first SB,
Mhm.
something like that, and that's when I was like really all about skateboarding. Like that was
think
my
it was
life.
01 or 02 is when the first SB came out, I believe.
Okay, so that would have been 5th and 6th grade for me. But this was at the time to where there was no social media, there was nothing to promote you into anything. What happened was the guy that was good, that was a year older than me, bought a pair of Nikes,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all that needed to happen for everyone to,
To want
want
that.
to
Uh-huh.
wear
Right.
those shoes.
Right.
And because whenever I first saw them, like, I didn't like. I was like, no, skateboard brands.
Mhm.
Skateboarding is skateboarding. Get out of here, Nike, with this.
Yeah, stop trying to step on my toes.
Yeah, it felt very like
Intrusive?
artificial,
Yeah.
intrusive.
Yeah.
You know, it was like
This is my thing. Why are you trying to hop on?
It was a cash grab. You
Right.
Know? It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yep.
kids are paying this much for brands that no one knows about outside of skateboarding.
Right.
Because we were already paying $60 for a pair of shoes at that point.
That you would
Yeah.
thrash, by the way.
Yeah, no,
for sure.
and it is the greatest sport to sell people shoes to because you destroy your shoes within 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you have to buy a new pair.
100%.
And so yeah, like there would be times where someone would run through their shoes, there would be a hole in the bottom of them, but I liked those shoes, so you would take those shoes from someone else and skate in them for 2 more weeks. And maybe because they were regular and you were goofy,
Mhm.
so one shoe was tore up, but you're leading with the other foot,
Right.
so you get to tear up the other shoe.
Right.
But yeah,
Do-
as far as Nike entering the space,
Yeah.
though,
Yeah.
Uh,
Quick question though, just to not to cut you guys off. For
Yeah.
the casual sneaker enthusiast, what does the SB mean?
So, I will give just a tad bit of a hint. It's about what you do in them. Lou, would you know what
the
SB
sport,
means? The sport itself.
Skateboard.
Skateboard.
But
It means skateboard.
Skateboard.
Nike skateboard.
yeah.
But it was like a big thing going back and forth. Some people thought it stood for skateboarding. Others thought it stand for the dude who made it kind of popular was Sandy Bodecker.
Yeah, yep.
So that's what people didn't really understand.
Well, and also people don't understand, at least nowadays, and Alex, you may be able to tell the history about it too a little bit back then. There are Nike Dunks and there are Nike SB Dunks.
Yes.
So there is a difference.
There is a difference.
And I feel like the difference was more prominent back then, but there's still a huge difference now. Just quick fact on the two shoes, Nike SB Dunks have a lot more padding. They're meant for actual skateboarding and
Yeah.
use. They are a lot thicker so you can last longer while getting beat up, and they're meant for the actual board itself.
Yes.
Now, when you come to Nike Dunks, that is mainly strictly a lifestyle shoe. That is meant to be worn out. That is meant to be just throw on every day, and it has less padding.
Mhm.
It is thinner material, and in my opinion, cheaper material. So,
Well, when you think about the technology behind, when was the Dunk created?
right.
What year?
Uh,
That is the
I think it
best
was-
to the technology of that year,
Yeah.
and they're trying to stay true to that, so they are not improving it
Right.
with better material. When it comes to a skateboarding shoe that is for a performance sport, they are upgrading it, making it better.
Right.
And that gets into like just the idea of like I just find it funny, like back in the day, like and still today, that skateboarding is seen as this kind of like alternative outlet or something, or like hoodlums or like vandalism or
Mhm.
something like
Delinquency.
that. Delinquency.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chase knows all about that.
And it's just
I am a delinquent.
and it's just funny to me that like this sport that has come such a long way as athletes that are millionaires doing it. It is an Olympic sport.
Yeah,
you know
it
it's
is.
you know it's not in the Olympics.
And I watched it.
Slow pitch softball. Those are where the delinquents are at.
Just fireball shots right before the first
Exactly.
catch. Just ready to go.
If you want a sign of character, build a skate park in your town. You might have the next Olympian.
Yeah, you might.
Stop building softball fields.
That was definitely that and breakdancing was
Yeah.
the two
Yeah.
events that they added.
Yeah.
That was-
And surfing came in the same year too.
surfing. When I thought they
Or did surfing come in the year before?
I think surfing been in
Or
the
breakdancing? This was the first year.
definitely
for breakdancing.
breakdancing and the skateboarding and the
Yeah.
BMX. This is definitely the first time for that because I legit watched that and I was rooting.
That was maybe what, 45 or 48?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Because technically, with skateboarding, BMX,
Oh,
and
we-
surfing, this is the second one from because Japan was the first one. And yeah, because Japan swept all of skateboarding. Like they won all of their medals
Listen,
in their own
yeah.
country. And that's the crazy thing about
did
Japan.
Najee
It's like
perform?
they're coming, man.
Najee, did Najee perform?
Nija, was he in the first one? I think he got third
Okay.
in this most recent one.
Oh, you don't know Nigel Houston? You
I'm
don't
not
know?
big in the skateboard scene, I'll be
Oh,
honest with
well,
you. So I don't have much to add on the side.
Sorry for me being the real
Yeah,
white guy.
yeah.
Me being the real white guy over here.
You know
Yeah.
why I say that, Sir Lewis. I just watch other sports.
Yeah, Nigel he's like one of the youngest skateboarders.
No, he is.
He's legit.
He's actually like he's an OG now. Like he's
How old is he? Was 17 now?
no Nija. Oh no, he's probably akin to like my age, like 34.
Is he really?
Yeah, and I'm the one that doesn't
No,
know anything.
no,
Look at
damn,
you.
I mean, how old?
17
He
to
might be like
30?
31. He might be like 31. I think.
Dang,
he's a
I'm
little
just
bit younger than me.
Lou
But
just
here's
yeah.
the-
I'm trying to keep my youngest
this
years
is why
fresh.
though, because
Those
Niger
are way
was
gone.
a prodigy. Niger was in an Element skateboard video way back in the day when he was like 9 or 8 years old, and his dreads were down to his ass at that age, and he was doing handrails that like grown men couldn't even touch. And then he has this insane story where like his mom and his dad split up, but he disappeared back to his home country and then was gone for years, and his sponsors didn't even know where he was, and then ended up coming back like right as soon as he turned 18 or maybe 17. But basically, he got his own control and decided to come back to the United States, and his sponsors were like, "Can you skate?"
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
he,
super
he,
cool.
he can still skate.
I know that. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the most I know about skateboarding is Tony Hawk Pro Skater. That's about it.
That was legit.
But that is like, it's amazing.
Right,
Like, the
right.
fact
I feel like
could just
that
make
that
everyone
does
relate to it.
Yeah, that gives you the vibe.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think skateboarding, just the thought of it, creates a negative perception in today's society, and maybe a little bit better today because we're a little bit more accepting nowadays than we used to be. In all honesty, but I do feel like whenever you think of a skateboarder, you think of knocking over trash cans. You think of putting poop on a front door. Like you think those are the type of people that do them. And I think when it comes to like Nike SBs and Nike shoes, does that kind of give maybe Nike like a little badassery? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Is that like feeding the delinquents some ammo?
Yeah, Nike will tend to go against the grain every now and then.
Yeah,
They
for
will
sure.
do that. You got to think when the Kaepernick situation first
Yeah.
popped up,
Yep.
they backed Kaepernick.
Right.
So Nike will do that. They will be
Yeah.
rebellious.
And I mean, and I say that only because they've been hammering Nike SBs this year.
Yeah.
They've been hammering Nike Dunks.
Yeah.
But SBs mainly, they've been doing collabs. They've been doing different colorways. And I think they're trying to not keep, but trying to maintain the better perspective of the skateboarding culture and brand. In
And
my
I
opinion.
feel like skateboarding, like, what do you need to be successful in the business that Nike's trying to do? Is you need to be cool. And
Right.
I don't know anyone that can make skateboarding uncool.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I just think it has that factor that you can't deny it.
Right.
Like, so they
So-
will continue into that space.
As a skater, Alex, did you ever visually realize? Because, in my opinion, and I may be way off on this, I think Nike has somewhat taken over a little bit more now than ever the actual skateboarding scene, shoe-wise, footwear-wise. Now, Vans will always be there, but I think
DC.
Nike is competing pretty well.
Yeah,
Did you ever see visually the transition from what Lou said, DCs, Vans, to people starting to wear these? I mean, I've seen $1,000 SB Dunks just skated in. Like, did you ever see that transition of Vans and DCs to Nikes to
No,
SBs?
I mean, money talks, and what we're talking about is like P-Rod being one of the first big skaters signed by Nike.
Right.
Like,
Mhm.
and it goes back to me seeing the good kid at the skate park
Mhm.
wearing Nikes.
Yeah.
That's how the world works.
Right.
You get the best skaters on your team. You create shoes for them,
Right.
and people. It's the Like Mike campaign.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is.
yeah.
Like, you get the best skaters on your team because you can pay them the most money. If you're good and you can work with them and design them cool looking shoes, people are going to buy them.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
So,
Nike definitely
yes.
been doing that.
Yeah.
They've been going out their way with the SB, like, 'cause they put more detail in them.
Yeah, they're adding different fabrics. They're adding different
Yeah.
collabs. They're adding different materials, and I think that they're adding colorways that they are afraid to put on a Jordan, which I think
what
is
is
awesome.
it now? Uto too.
Yeah, the Uto. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Uto.
Like, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Like
Powerpuff Girls, I
Yeah,
love
those
that.
are dope. I mean,
Like-
the Chunky Dunk. Like,
Chunky Dunk.
They wouldn't ever be able to put that shoe, in my opinion, on
On
a
a
Jordan,
Jordan.
ever.
And
But-
still get the same effect
correct,
either.
correct. And honestly, it might make Jordan weirdly look worse. Like, why does Jordan have a Chunky Dunk Ben and Jerry's collab? But when you put it with a Nike SB, that creates
You
and
get
that
it.
brings
Yeah.
the
It
just
skateboard
makes sense.
culture
Yeah.
into sneaker culture, which is
Yeah.
kind of what I'm trying to tie together. Is
Yeah.
that like when
Yeah, I
you
got you.
do all these awesome things and you have that freestyle shoe that you can play around with because you know you already have a community of skateboarders supporting it, everyone else is going to hop on board, in my opinion.
No,
So
I agree.
I think that adds a lot of value
And
to
it-
Nike
and it
its
works both
history.
ways with getting the sneaker community involved in skateboarding.
Right,
which helps
100%.
out there.
100%.
It's like one of these has a low barrier of entry, and the other one, I mean, it's not that hard to skateboard. It's really hard to skateboard.
I
But
tried it, busted my ass. I couldn't even do this.
I
That thing was
definitely tried
wobbly.
it. I had a
I'm good.
skateboard too,
Only
yo.
did it like
I tried it.
when I was younger. Like I was like a rocket power type of kid, so
Oh,
like
dude,
rollerblading,
rocket power.
skateboarding.
Yeah, I did scooter. I was a scooter kid.
You-
So I was doing that, just
And the
rolling.
Yeah,
I was
Dave
not a
Pierce back
skateboarder.
Chase, I would love to see.
I was
you
a
as
bike,
As
I
a
was
little
a-
kid, you must have been so cool.
GT
I was the
Dynamo.
best.
No, I doubt it. You got. I was a
When I was a kid, Lou was still riding on Moses' ship. Or Noah's Ark. I'm sorry.
I did not know he was that young, dude.
I,
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay, cool. So I don't feel
yeah,
bad. Now.
yeah, I'm up with you.
He didn't know I was 23 until
Bruh.
a week
Well,
ago.
that's what me and Chase were talking about this before, and he was telling me about like a childhood memory, and I was like, I forget all the time how young you are.
Yeah,
Like,
his childhood memory was last year.
yeah,
So that just coincide with each
yeah.
other.
I'm gonna do
I
this
finally
right.
got to vote this year.
Yeah. I'm still on my parents' health insurance. I'm 26.
This dude crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You really are still in your bed?
You got until 26.
Why get off it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I ain't
Hey.
gonna blame you.
But funny enough that you bring up childhood memories. This is a Christmas episode.
Oh.
So, with Christmas, it brings family time. It brings good
Jingle bell,
memories,
jingle
great
bell rock.
vibes, money spending at your local sanctioned. So it brings a lot of positivity and cheer. It's
Uh-huh.
in the name. So, my question, fellas and gentlemen, what is your? I want to know best and Lou, Sir Lewis, best and worst Christmas gift you've ever received.
Ah,
Does not have to be sneaker related. And I also want to know your favorite Christmas tradition, whether you still uphold that tradition or you maybe just stopped doing it because family left, whatever it might be.
mm-hmm.
What are those three things?
You want me to go
What was
top?
it
I want you to start.
Best
Mr.
and
Mismatch.
My worst gift, man, I don't think I got some. I did get a bad gift for Christmas one year, and it was some
Yeah.
shoes.
Oh no. They got
Yes.
you all black Air Forces, didn't they?
I'd rather have that.
Oh, they got you Spizikes.
I'd rather had that.
Oh, they got you fakes.
Oh, I'd rather had
This
that.
better be some Skechers. What is it?
Dude.
Would you rather have these?
I'd rather have those. 1 year for Christmas, dude. Y'all don't laugh, man. My mama bought me some XJ900s.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, they were so fake, bro. They was like they were like a no brand. It wasn't British Knight. It wasn't anything. It was legit XJ.
So Jordan was doing a layup.
Jordan was bending over chewing gum. No, it didn't have Jordan or anything. It was just an off-brand, cheap Payless shoe that she got me. I said, oh my.
How young were you?
I was like 6 years
She
old.
thought you wasn't
dude.
gonna notice.
And I'm like, oh, Mom, I can't do this.
This was in
Isn't that
like
crazy how
the
You was
that
too.
happens?
You was too.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, and I had to wear that shoe outside. Do you know my best friends, bro? Like they were terrible. They played a joke on me so bad, dude. They put some firecrackers in the shoe.
that probably made it cooler, honestly.
Dude, I'm talking about lit a pack of Black Cats in the shoe, smoked out the whole shoe. I went and brought the shoe to my mom and smoked. She's so mad.
It's like, it wasn't me, I swear. It was them.
She's so mad.
Can I get a new pair?
Mom, this shoe was $10. Like,
They start acting like you just.
the firecrackers cost more than what the shoe
Yeah.
was, dude. And she was so pissed, bro, that they did that to that shoe. I'm like, I was so thankful that he did it because I didn't have to wear the
Yeah,
shoe
right,
no
you're
more.
done with them.
I'll never forget
Now
that.
you have an excuse to get a new pair.
That's
She did
so-
the same thing, different colorway.
No, she knew not to get out. Like,
I love these shoes.
hey, look here. After that conversation me and her had, it was short, sweet, and simple. Mom, that ain't it.
Yeah.
Like,
You was like,
just
"Can I
don't
go
even buy
and
me
play
no
stuff?"
shoes.
I'll take flip flops. I don't care.
I'll just wear what I got. I'll just keep the old stuff. If you gonna bring that box to me, don't even do it.
I would pray to see a 6-year-old Lou just walk up and be like, Mom, they blew up my shoes.
I'm talking about the smoke sizzling about the shoe. So that was by far the worst gift I've had. The best gift I had for Christmas. What was the best gift I got? This might be corny. The best gift I had was when Michael Jordan released Space Jam. I had the Toon Squad jersey.
Oh, I love that.
I had
Who'd
Toon
you have
Squad.
on the back, though?
I had Bugs Bunny.
You had Bugs Bunny?
I had Bugs Bunny.
Got to.
I wanted Daffy Duck, but I settled for Bugs
Yeah,
Bunny. It was good.
gotcha.
It's still, it was either, and she told me this. She's like, you were either gonna get Bugs Bunny or you was gonna get the Monstars. I said, please do not give me the Monstars.
No, that's on site. if
Give
it's
me
the
Toon
Monstars.
Squad. You
Yeah,
did right.
yeah.
Toon Squad was all right. So that was a dope gift. I did love
So
it.
back then, in like what, the 30s, 20s, Great Depression, whenever it was, when you were a kid, did they have? Was it Mitchell and Ness, or was it one of those like not off-brand, but one of those other side
So
jersey creators?
Mitchell and Ness didn't come about until I got to high school in my teenage years.
Okay.
I started working when I was 15.
Okay.
Well, so when I started working, that's when Mitchell and Ness came out. I was
Got
able
it.
to afford to buy it on my own. Those jerseys was like 300.
Yeah, no,
it's like 400
Still
bucks.
expensive, crazy.
Like 400 bucks a pop.
Right.
Like Mitchell and Ness was the thing to have
Right.
at that time when I was like 15 in 2000.
Don't say 2000.
Yeah, 2000.
19. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah,
now,
no,
now you can finish your sentence.
2002.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, around that time when Mitchell and Ness was out too, that's when the thing came about with the fake Jordan colorways. I'll never forget. I had a pair of black and blue nines. And I came to school and I thought I was the shit. Like everybody was like, "Dang, where you get them from?"
Yeah.
I had some black. I ordered them off this website. You can Google it. If I'm lying, it was called Hada Takashi.
I don't know how to spell that, but I believe
It was Hada Takashi. They had black and blue 11s. They had red and gray
Like,
11s.
They was the
Like
fake
West Bay.
In
background?
high school, yeah. This is in high school. So imagine me coming to school with a exclusive shoe. Nobody
no one
had
knew,
it.
Yeah, no one even knew it was fake probably back then. 'cause they were like, "Where'd you get these from?" So
East Bay was
what?
real. No, East Bay was real.
No, I said West Bay.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Damn.
West Bay.
Well, I missed that. My bad. I wasn't picking up what you was putting down, but yeah, definitely in that day and time, those was like some of the best times to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not- like I wouldn't do it now.
Right.
But my God,
You were young enough to pull it off.
I
Ignorance
was looking like
bliss.
the man when you walk through. I was walking through, man, when I walked, that's how I felt. I was walking through.
You
with
just
this
give me
thing.
the gym class.
Yeah.
give me that hardcore.
What, and then tradition. Was it wearing the newest, fakest shoe to school? Obviously.
No. Let me tell you what a tradition was.
Okay.
When I was in school, and I'll just hope you guys remember, but I remember.
I won't. But go ahead.
Jordans didn't used to come out on Saturday.
Friday, right?
They came out on Tuesday.
Was that what it was? I know they changed it
They changed it
because
because
kids were in school.
legit, our school used to be empty. Because nobody was at school, everybody was going to get the
Yep.
Jordans.
That's why they changed it to Saturdays.
Legit, the first 2 hours of class, nobody was at school. Everybody was in the mall getting Jordans.
Right.
And that right there, that was like a tradition.
Crazy.
So the Tuesday skip day for the newest Jordans was
Was real.
And I'm sure it was crazy too during Christmas time because it was Christmas.
Absolutely.
tradition. That was when the Jordans were coming out. like, every
Absolutely,
summer.
bro.
Yeah.
It was legit nobody in class, dude.
Well, I think it's kind of cool. I mean, you may correct me, but I think even back then, like the parents understood. They're like, "No, we're going to the mall."
Yeah,
and
the
getting
parents-
Jordans.
yeah, the
like
parents-
you're skipping school.
Yeah,
like,
parents were
no,
in line, bro.
Fuck that math test.
Yeah.
We're going to the doors.
Some parents, man, they were legit, like they were into it too.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
the
because they
kids.
wanted a pair.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they
they
wanted
were-
the whole family to get them.
So it was parents who were hip. They knew when Jordans were coming out, And they were waking up early, sitting in line with their kids.
That's dope.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, so, you know.
Do you remember what year they changed it? Because I know.
I was in high school when they changed it.
Do you remember what year?
It might have been 2002 or 2003.
Four.
So Chase
2004?
was a
Okay, I was in high
Twinkle
school.
guy at that
Yeah,
So I
2004 I was 3.
Okay, so I was close though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
yeah,
know
2004 they
they
officially
changed it because I left high school in 05. So yeah,
I was 4.
that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, 05 is when I graduated out of high school. I feel old as hell right now.
That was
So
like
yeah,
3
we
years
I'm just
ago.
gonna keep doing it to you too.
No, we almost went to high school together.
yeah. See, that's not too
Yeah.
bad. We was like 07.
I was a freshman in 6.
Okay,
Me
Yeah.
too.
yeah, and Chase was
No, I
And
lied.
Five.
yeah,
04.
yeah.
I was playing with Fisher Price toys and Legos.
yeah, you
Yeah.
know, Bob the Builder,
Yeah,
all that
all
good
that
stuff.
shit.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, you missed that. Those
I did miss that.
Those were
Honestly, I
some
wish I
good
was. I
times.
wish I was there for that. That was
dude,
the fun times.
those were some of the great memories I will never get back.
I wish I had.
The remember going to the mall and grabbing that white and cool gray 9.
Mm-hmm.
No, like this happened in Foot Locker. This when D Miles was playing for the Clippers, and it was like I think it was his rookie year. So the white and gray 9s came out, and it was one guy working at Foot Locker, and everybody's like, "Man, we just trying to get our shoe this and the third." When this guy opened the gate, dude, I'm talking about the whole mall flooded the store. I'm talking about Ramshack, the whole. If I wish I still had them pictures, it was nothing left in Foot Locker when everybody got done, dude. I don't remember how many D Miles jerseys I
You
had.
talking about the low top ones?
No, they were hot top,
Oh,
white
they
and
were?
gray 9s. White and gray. And it had the pinch of blue. White and gray.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They was like white and steel gray. They made a mistake and let all of us in at one time, and
But that was the fun. Like I wish they did that now.
Yeah,
Now
blitz
they
the
have
store.
raffles and all this and
can't even sit outside,
right.
meet people,
Well, I
talk
don't
to
know.
them.
Today we sat outside today.
Oh, I heard people were outside.
We outside. We was outside today.
And you got
I got a few.
okay.
Available
Well,
in your
things are
section.
gonna happen. It's just gonna be a more niche experience for things like
Right.
special. Like I want that experience, so people are gonna go and get it.
Right.
It's not
Well,
gonna be a mass.
What's
event
cool
anymore.
is Nike is now, and I never knew if it was Nike's decision to begin with, but from what I'm hearing is that these Foot Locker, Champs, Hibbits, JDs, City Gears, they're actually pulling away from the raffle system, and they might start doing more first come first serves.
It's
I think it's
brutal.
time. What the raffle system?
Yeah, the raffle
Yes,
system is
agreed.
kinda brutal,
Agreed.
bro.
Especially with the way they just edited it now. Is let's say I have 1,000 points on the Nike or on the Foot Locker app.
Right.
Let's say you have 2,000. You can put all 2,000 points in, and now you're getting it over me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's unfair.
Yeah.
I think is you got to work for that shoe.
Yeah.
You got to work for the shoe that you want once a year, once
Yeah.
a month, whatever it might be. You got to go sit and camp out. That is the fun of shoes. That's
Yeah.
the fun of the hunt. And I think we're slowly trending in that direction again, which I'm excited for. So
Yeah, that's good. So this was a good deal for
finally,
them to bring this
yes,
shoe out
I
because
think that is transitioning into a good spot.
yeah, it brought some excitement back, and that's good for you
Yes,
in
Yes.
the business.
I'd rather work than enter 15 raffles. That's more fun, and I get to go talk to people online more.
Yeah.
I get to create that memory and create that story that I can tell 10 years from now. You like the stories you tell me of sitting in line. I wish I was in those lines. We talked about it last podcast.
Yeah.
Sitting at the vault. Like that's not a thing, but that is a sneaker culture activity that we all can relate to.
Yes,
that's
we
just
do.
not existing anymore.
Yep, and I made legit friends sitting
In those
outside
lines.
in line.
Yep.
Yeah.
With you'll meet some very interesting people, bro, trying to buy tennis shoes.
Yep.
Like, no lie.
But Maine, hit
I
us.
feel like mine is more simple. I don't know, like the worst. I guess I'll start off with the worst. I can't really. I feel like I got a lot of good Christmas presents. I'm simple. I get what I want, and I'll be good. But like, I guess that's what we all may have in common. Like when you're young and you don't actually pick out the clothes and the shoes you get. So like, I think I used to hate boots when I was younger. I think my mom bought me some lugs.
Oh,
You know, they don't even make lugs. anymore,
Off-brand
do they?
Timberlands, huh?
Yeah, basically, yeah. So, like,
Birdmans.
big ass boots, man. I hate because she make me wear them, you know, because I had no control. So I was like, man, I gotta wear these boots. I hate boots. Or like sandals. I probably never got any for Christmas because that's not the weather. But like,
Right.
those are two things I think my mom bought when I was younger that I just hated.
She made you wear
The boots and
Yeah.
oh damn right.
Yeah.
She definitely
them?
did.
She ain't buying them if you ain't wearing them.
She'll make you wear them, but I tried to, have. I guess it depended. Like I feel like back then, when it came to shoes, because it's a long school, you're gonna have a black shoe and you're gonna have a white shoe. So I used to have like some Reebok Classics or some K Swiss or something to get through the year of them damn lugs, man. So I
Lugs
hated
were
that.
kinda
That
heavy
was
too,
probably the
bro.
worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was probably the worst gift. But like best gifts, I was a gamer kid. So like I grew up with my grandma, with my uncle. He was like 7 years older than me, and he was a gamer. He was into the shoes, like, so he probably lived through a lot of that culture. I was never into it at that age, but I was a gamer, so I got an N64 around when that came out, and then it was the PlayStation and the Xbox. So like, it's gonna be a game system every year. Every time that came out, that's gonna be the best gift for me. Traditions, like my favorite tradition is really Christmas Eve, and that's because in my family we used to open at least one gift,
Yeah, that too.
and I knew to look for that square box.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you can play it up until
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
I asked every year for that tradition.
Just let me get one gift.
Right.
The N64 had a very distinguished box. It's just a square box, so I knew like that's my game.
That's the one
so
you gotta
I'm
go
gonna
get.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open
I
it.
love that. I like that we all share like at least us three.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex, you suck. Us three, we share that tradition. Like we always got that one gift. You would look for what you asked for, and you would at least hunt it.
Just
The
a
worst
bunch
part.
of privilege.
Yeah. Privileged you. Shout out to the brand. The worst part was though, I don't know if this has ever happened to you. You picked out the one you thought you wanted, and it turned out to be something completely different.
I can't remember if I got,
Brutal.
That was the worst.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I got bamboozled before. I don't have a memory.
Misled.
Yeah.
Hoodwink.
I remember my parents one time to go along with that. I was getting into shoes, not as heavily as I was, but I just wanted like Nike cool shoes. I didn't care what shoe it was. I just wanted cool colors. And I know I asked for shoes for Christmas, and so they basically had a shoe box, and I'm like, I know those are shoes. I'm just gonna go for it. I went for the shoe box, and those motherfuckers put socks in the shoe box just to throw me off. And as a kid, that's the last thing you want is socks.
Yeah.
And I got socks as my Christmas Eve sneak peek of what Christmas is gonna be.
You went to bed pissed.
I lost all faith in Santa. All faith. I'm like, I was naughty. I had to. So
Did
what?
you throw a tantrum?
Oh yeah, I walked upstairs, beat my feet. I ate.
Stompy feet.
Yep, I ate 3 cookies. I was like, he ain't getting none of this. So I was mad. But
Forget Santa. This.
That's funny, bro.
Alex,
Worst present I ever got, I actually found before Christmas because I was snooping. I went up. My mom had already wrapped it, and I was going underneath her bed because my mom was a teacher, so I would get home from school before she would get home from school, and so I'd be at home, and I was trying to delicately unwrap this present, take off all the little tapes so you could see what it was, and I opened it up, and it was I was a teenager at this point, or in middle school, and it was this weird Fisher Price something that I was it's like a toy it was like a musical toy for children. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Why didn't my mom buy me this? And I didn't even rewrap it. I just waited until she got home and was just sitting on her bed what is this? Why did you get me this?
Throw her desk.
And she was like, you were at your cousin's house 2 weeks ago and you really liked it, so I just figured I'd get it for you. I was like, wrong. You are wrong. I'm into cool stuff, Mom. I'm not a baby. And yeah. But yeah, Christmas almost got canceled that year. As far as my best present, my very first skateboard came from Walmart. It had a volcano on it. It was holographic, and the thing was practically plastic. But I love that thing to death. I skated that thing into the absolute ground. I learned my first kickflip on that board. I was asking for this for probably 18 months before my parents finally got it. They bought me a helmet with it too. The helmet lasted about 3 days.
Yep.
That did not.
The elbow pads too, and the
No,
knee pads,
we-
all that.
Well, actually, yes, I did. I had a pair of X Games ones. So
Love
was really cool.
Yeah.
No, yeah, those things just tore up my knees.
Yeah,
It was
I'm
terrible.
sure. It was worse than actually just skidding your knee on the concrete.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, as far as tradition goes, probably just going, like, my mom would sing in, like, church choirs and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Did you sing along?
yeah, in the
Burst
crowd,
those
so
pipes,
no one
baby.
could hear me.
No, you got up there
Honestly,
stage
like,
and said,
hearing Silver
Sound
Bells by a choir, or no, it's not Silver Bells, like the hearing an actual choir sing that
Sure.
song
Yeah,
in a
that'd be
church
loud.
is
Yeah, that's
Just
a
golden.
good
I'm
great
sure,
song.
yeah, I'm sure it's
Yeah.
solid.
We should
So.
do some Christmas caroling. That'd be dope.
I have to pee way too bad to sing Christmas carols right now.
Oh man. Yeah.
So best gift, and shout out to I have two of the greatest parents I've ever had, I could ever ask for, I should say, in the
You
world.
only had 2?
I only have two.
Oh.
So, my mother and I shared a passion of Legos, as every kid probably goes through that phase. And I was asking for the biggest, baddest, coolest Lego in the world. And usually how our Christmases worked, you got one big gift and like 4 or 5 small gifts. And every year I would ask for my big gift to be the biggest Lego that year. And so I think I was probably 8, 9, probably 8 or 9. And I see this big ass box. I'm like, that's a fucking Lego. I know it is. I smell the plastic. So I open it. I don't know if you guys were big into Legos, but it was the Lego Death Star. That big, huge, all the rooms. It was like one of the coolest things Lego has done. And I was a big Star Wars kid, so that was like the holy grail. I couldn't believe that we got it. It was always sold out, and it was so expensive for no reason.
Yeah, they were
And
pretty expensive.
that was like the holy grail. And I remember specifically, from then until we started school, I would build as much as I could. But it was a huge set, thousands of pieces. It took days. And every single day after I come home from school, I'd build a bag. And I remember when I got to the end, it was fully built, fully done. I pulled all the little mini figures out, like put it on a little display, put it on my shelf. Not even probably 3 days after it's fully built, my good old dog comes in, all hot and bothered, heard a squirrel, whatever it might have been, knocks the entire Death Star on the floor, shatters into 1,000 pieces. I didn't build it again. I was like, cool, done with that Christmas gift. Sweep down to the rug, go into the bin. So that was the coolest. The worst gift I've ever gotten is a great question. I want to say it was, those socks on Christmas Eve were terrorizing. That ruined my whole perspective of Santa. He did not have my back. But,
Why would you grab this?
Were they cool socks at least?
So I don't know why, but I was a big toy kid, obviously, with the Legos. I don't know where my mom thought that I enjoyed, like, arts and crafts toys, because she got me this science kit that I was just lost. And the kit is cool. Like, I'll accept any gift, and I'll at least try it. But this science kit was discontinued because it was hazardous towards children. So I could have absorbed who knows what disease or lymphoma, who knows what I could have
Was it
gotten.
like a chemistry kit?
Yeah, it was like a chemistry, build your own foam, slime, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But I remember I opened this thing up, and it looks like a bunch of Jolly Ranchers. I'm like, that's not supposed to eat, but I want to eat it.
Yeah.
And I'm just digging through all this, and all of a sudden my hands start to tingle. I'm like, Mother, I think we did wrong on this one. And she's like, yeah, we'll just throw that one out. But over a period of days, like, I don't know what was in this kit, but I swear to this day, it started a fire within the trash can.
Wow.
Because some chemical reaction, I think that's why it's not for kids, but some chemical reaction made it go boom. So that was the worst. And then finally, my favorite tradition, every year, my dad, me, and my brother, we all went to the airport and we handed out candy canes to
that's dope.
soldiers coming home. So
That's what's up.
we still do that to this day.
That's
so,
dope, bro.
That's just a thing that we all enjoy doing. It's my favorite thing to do. Even I just remember specifically the drive to the airport was like so exciting. We'd listen to Christmas songs and get really excited, and we'd visit everyone coming in home. We'd hand out candy cane. So that was all.
That's what's up. That's dope.
But we are getting low on battery, low on time. So I do want to say, first off, thank you, Tremaine. Thank you, Alex, for joining the podcast. Thank you, everyone listening. We really appreciate you guys. We will, and this is a podcast exclusive, we will be giving out a shoe every single podcast. All you have to do is share the podcast, tag 3 friends or whatever post you see the podcast on,
Yep.
and I mean, honestly, I think that's it. That's all I'm gonna make them do.
Nothing-
That's all I'm gonna make them do.
It's easy.
It's gonna be a new shoe a week, I think. I mean, that'd be fun, right?
It's free.
It's free.
It's not
It's
hard.
what, 4 button clicks?
Yes, it costs you nothing.
I think my fingers would be excited to only click 4 times.
I think I'm gonna make a fake page.
I think you shouldn't. So this week we will be giving away a pair of the Legend Blue 11s. So all you gotta do, like I said, like this post wherever you see this. Comment 3 friends, tag them in the post. Make sure you share it on your story. We'll be giving away these this week. So we appreciate everyone tuning in. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy
Legend
Holidays,
Blue for
all
you.
that. We love all y'all. Thank you for tuning in, guys.
Yes,
We'll see y'all
sir.
next week.